What's going on? What's going on? Good morning, my fam. Welcome to another episode of Chop Willie in the Morning, brought to you by Let the Film Speak. I am one of your hosts, Chop, here with my main man, Willie Jack. Willie Jack, how you feeling today, brother?
Man, hey, feeling good, man. Ready to get the football going, boy. It's a long night for your dog, man. But hey,
Long night.
all is well on football Sunday, man. Your dog don't know, man. I'm ready to get it going.
Oh, no, hey, we on. Oh, we getting started, man. We're gonna get going. Of course, we got a lot of stuff going on today, this week, man. This is Thanksgiving week. No teams had bye this week, so we're getting through all of them, man. We're going through every single game today, the games that were played on Thanksgiving, as well as all the games that will be played today and the Monday night game tomorrow, man. So we got a lot to get to. So Willie Jack, I ain't gonna hold you, man. We're gonna get right to it. But before we get to it, we got house rules. We got house rules, man. And the house rules are simple, man. I'm gonna get right to it. It's like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, man. Those are the things that we need y'all to do when y'all step y'all foot in the door, man. This is hey, become a part of the film fam, man. Me and Willie Jack, man, we welcome any and all, man. Come on in, come talk some football with us, man. Chit chat with us. You know what I'm saying? As we go into some of these NFL games, man. So like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because you gotta know. You know, when me and Willie Jack is holding something else, man. So you got to know what's going on. Announcements, of course, get your picks in. It's the same each and every week. It don't change. Same each and every week, man. Get your picks in. You know what I'm saying? Don't delay. You know, we got a little less than 2 hours before the kickoff of the Sunday games, man. So if you ain't got the rest of your picks in by now, man, y'all better get them in right away. Start looking at some of these games. Or if you want to listen to some of this analysis and get it to us, you know, right after we finish breaking these games down, that's okay too. So definitely make sure y'all get the picks in. Now, Willie Jack, like I said, man, on Thanksgiving Day, we had not one, not two, but three Thanksgiving Day games, man. And let's go ahead and jump into them, man. The first one of the day, we had Buffalo going to Detroit to take on the Lions. Buffalo ends up coming up with this W 28-25. Willie Jack, talk to me, man. What you feel about this game, brother?
Man, I'm glad they got the dub, man. This is a game, man, for Big Josh and the Bills. Excuse me, man. I didn't want to just. It don't matter what happened, man. Get the win. You know what I'm saying? So coming off of a few weeks, man, where the level of play has dipped just a little bit, man. There's some stuff going on. We heard about the possible injury to an elbow, etc. But Josh has been as smooth, as clean as I would like, man. And honestly, they dropped at least two. That you know, at least two that they should have probably picked up. And so it was actually an entertaining game. And honestly, I want to say, I think going into that game, I think I had mentioned that it should be interesting because Detroit, like I've been saying, Detroit's gonna score some points. And so, and it was just that. Man, it got dicey there, man. Big Josh had to put his big boy pants back on, man, and make a drive there to end that game, man, and you know, so they could pull it out. So I was happy to see that. The numbers were solid, not spectacular. I got them 253 in the air, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, another 10 on the ground, 78 rushing, another touchdown. So you know, definitely, like I said, left his imprint fairly on the game. But yeah, no, man. All's well that ends well, man. I just needed my dog Big Josh to get it done, man. Get things back on track. Not look too terribly bad while he did it, man, and I'll take it.
For sure. And I definitely agree with you, though, Willie Jack. That game did set the tone for that Thursday. You know what I'm saying? It set the tone. You know what I'm saying? Had my meal for that day. You know what I'm saying? It prepared me right, you know, to take me to the rest of the days and the rest of the games for that day, man. But, you know, a lot of what you said, I agree with. The one thing I thought that, as far as Buffalo goes, is this is the thing that makes Buffalo so dangerous, right? Is the fact that Buffalo and Josh Allen, to be specific. So Josh Allen, man, just to the, I don't know if I ever, you know, went and kind of described his game. We already know he has some of the best arm talent in the league, if not the best arm talent, you know what I'm saying, as far as arm strength and stuff like that, right? And he can be a pocket passer. You know, he can be that, you know what I'm saying? So he can sit back and pick you apart, and that offense can be just as explosive if he doesn't run the ball one time. But if it isn't working, like for instance in that Detroit game where he struggled a little bit, you know, as far as throwing the ball, he still has the ability to affect the game, a la a Justin Fields, a Jalen Hurts. Neither one of those guys are pocket passers. You know what I'm saying? So their game is predicated on my ability to run, you know, 15 to 18 carries a game, you know what I'm saying? And it's built into this offense. Whereas Josh Allen, yeah, I can pocket pass you all day. I can sit back in that pocket and I can pick you apart. But if it's not working, we can switch this game plan and turn into me running this ball, you know what I'm saying, 12 to 15 times a game and rush for 75 yards, and that offense still be effective enough to put up, like we've seen, a 28 points, a 30 points. So for me, that's what makes this Buffalo team just that much more tough to beat, because not only do you have to worry about Josh Allen being able to pick you apart, but you also got to worry about, him using his legs and opening up more for that offense. So, man, good win for them. Like I said, they started off struggling, but they did pick it up. Him and Diggs did get the connection going later in the game. And then kudos to Detroit, man. They playing some good ball right now, man. I don't know what to make of them. I don't know if they are. Yeah, I don't know if I would say that right now they've moved up tremendously up the list as far as, how good they are at this point in the season, but they have been playing some competitive ball. They've been in a lot of games, won a few of those games the last few weeks, man. They look pretty good, man. Oh, one last thing too, Willie Jack. With DeAndre Swift being healthy, man, I'm surprised they're not using him a little bit more, man. I think he only touched the ball maybe 9 to 10 times this game between carries and passes. I'm curious to know what's going on, man. Why that boy is probably the most talented guy on the offense. What's going on there?
No, and honestly, man, I've been mentioning that as well. I know he's coming off the injury, and so I think, was it 2 or 3 games ago where he was coming back? He only had 5 touches. One of them was a touchdown. And then the next game, when we were talking about it, I was okay. Yeah, DeAndre Swift got his feet wet last game. I expect maybe the trainer was to come back off, let him get back rolling. No, 9 touches. And then that was the game that Jamal Williams went for 3 more touchdowns.
3 touchdowns, yeah.
So I'm like, man, damn, boy, what's going on? But like you said, man, I guess just even though he's as dynamic as he is, I mean, he's probably been out that offense more so than he's been in. And like I said, Jamal Williams, like he's not doesn't offer as much over the top, etc. But the boy finds the paint. And so we've seen this type of player before. We saw James Conner last year, top of the league in touchdowns.
Yeah.
We've seen this type of thing before, and he's of that ilk as far as like player, etc. Now, I'm not saying he's better or worse, but I'm saying that's his lane. But yeah, man, it's his year. He's getting in the paint. He's probably got 15 touchdowns right now, if I had to guess. And I don't know that number.
I know you probably don't know it off the top, but he's up there.
The boy it feels like he's got at least 3-4 games with multiple touchdowns this season. And so if I had to guess, man, he's got to be somewhere around.
He's got 13. He's got 13.
Okay, there we go. I was gonna say at least 12, but yeah,
he's getting it. He's punching that ball in for sure.
No, yeah, for sure. And so now this is what I want to say, man, because Chop was dangerously close into coming into my world, because this is what I tell y'all about Big Josh. Everything that he just said. Big Josh is just as dangerous as anybody. Who's ever best in their league on both sides of like I said, throwing or running the ball. Josh Allen is equal or on par with whatever they can offer. And so the two guys, we're talking about the best guy who's nothing else. If there's a quarterback dropping back throwing the ball, who's the number one guy? Okay, it's Patrick Mahomes. Okay, awesome. Okay, if there's nothing else, a quarterback that's running the ball, who's the best one that's running the ball? Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen is the best combination of those two skill sets in the league. He can throw, he can throw, and he can make any throw and duke it out with Patty Mahomes all day long. And we've seen that. It was one of the most exciting games a lot of y'all ever seen. You know what I'm saying? So we've seen that. And as far as running the ball goes, he doesn't have to run 4-1. He's just as dangerous, just as electric with the ball in his hands as a runner as Lamar Jackson. Argue with your mama. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me, oh, no, he's not because he's not as fast. Well, bullshit. The numbers tell me he is. You know what I'm saying?
And it ain't all about speed either. Jalen Hurts is really not that fast either.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. So boys get a little too caught up into the stuff that is nice to know, but it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like Marquise Goodwin was in the Olympics. It's cool. He's not as fast as Tyreek Hill is on the football field. Argue with your mama. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? If he was that, then you know what I'm saying, then talk to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say that's why I tell y'all that Big Josh is the guy. That's exactly where that came from. When I watched, well, we know we watch a lot of football, but when I'm watching them, I'm watching some of these throws.
He's effective at both. He's very effective at both.
I'm like, I got to watching them. I was like, oh, that's Patty. I see Patty. I see bigger, stronger, faster Patrick Mahomes. And then the boys start running. I'm like, shit. I see a way more talented and bigger, or maybe almost as big or close. I see, man, imagine if Cam Newton was a top 3 passer in the league. That's Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, there's nothing that boy can't do. That's to say, now when it's on. Now, not to say that it's flawless ball and And like I said, especially now, man, we see, he gets into a little bit of lull. But as pretty as Patty's career is, man, it's been some rain in his parade as well. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not getting too caught up about the little, little dip in quality of play. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's where that comes from. So I'm glad Chop kind of dabbled in there. Chop did. I don't even know if he meant to, but he kind of dabbled in there because if y'all start thinking about it the way I'm telling you, boy, it's hard to argue. Man, Josh, I
definitely respect this game. But that was good points by you too, Willie Jack. Definitely good points. But you gotta respect the guy like that, man, who can light it up at the drop of a dime, man. Who could change a whole team. You know what I'm saying? With just his play alone. On to the next game, Willie Jack. We had a divisional matchup, man. We had the Giants go to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Cowboys come away with this W, 28-20 in this game. And I'm gonna say this, man. Dallas did a really good job, man, of stopping the best in the biz, man, stopping the run and forcing Daniel Jones, you know what I'm saying, to beat them in this particular game, man. And of course, when you're able to do that, especially with the pass rush that the Dallas has, that already puts any team that they're playing against in behind the 8-ball. You know what I'm saying? Because you got that pass rush coming after you. You really can't do anything in the run. And then now you're behind on the score, so you got to pass. So, it really just takes away from, what any team has or is capable of doing or can do, you know what I'm saying, when they coming down to the stretch in these games, man. But then also, like, Giants also had trouble stopping Dallas, when they weren't making mistakes. Now, Dallas hurt themselves a few times with a couple turnovers, but it was almost like that. I don't know if you guys remember the New Orleans and Arizona game where New Orleans was killing themselves. Andy Dalton threw three or four picks that game, and they were hurting themselves. But anytime he didn't throw a pick, they were watching the ball right down the field. You know what I'm saying? And this game kind of resembled that when I watched it because the New York Giants couldn't really stop them. Zeke pretty much led the way in this particular game as far as carries and yards. You know, so he had the big day as far as the two running backs that are coming out of that backfield. And then you also had CeeDee Lamb, man, who also had a solid game, coming out of there. So, man, overall, good performance by this Dallas Cowboys team. And, yeah, man, Giants have now lost 2 straight games. You know what I'm saying? This next game for them is very crucial. Very crucial. They're going to need to pick it up. You know what I'm saying? And they got to bounce back. And they got Washington, who we both know that Washington is not a pushover this next coming week, man. It's another divisional matchup. Giants, it's time for them to pick them up, man. You won 7 games, but now you just lost 2 straight. It's time for you to pick it up. So, but yeah, good win for Dallas, man. They did what they supposed to do, stopping the number one weapon and then getting after the pass rush.
Oh, did you just say that money started a little funny in the light? That's what it sounded like. Sounded like that New York Giants money looking a little funny in the light. What you just said.
They did face 2 of the top teams in the league, back-to-back weeks. I'm not gonna sit up here and say, oh, but because they lost those 2 games, oh, now they a 15 team. They're ranked 15. Nah, I wouldn't say all that. They just lost to two good teams, bro.
Yeah, that's fair point. How many wins they got right now, Chop?
They got they are 7-4. 7-4.
They won't win 10 games. They won't reach 10. So what? They got 6 games left. They need to split over the last 6 games to get to 10 wins.
Hold on, brother. I don't
know. I don't know the opponents. They won't win 10. They won't touch 10. They won't touch. They might not go 500, Chop. They might finish 8 and 9. Give me them last 6 teams.
You want the last games? Willie Jack, I don't know, bro. I think you might need to slow down a little bit, bro. I know you sleep deprived. You sleep deprived today. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, slow down just a little bit, brother. Slow down. Now they got Washington next week. They got Philly. Then they got Washington again. I hate that, man. That's almost back to back against Washington. Mm-hmm. So they got Washington in the next 3 weeks. They got Washington twice and Philadelphia once. Then they got Minnesota, Indianapolis, Philly again.
Yeah, they ain't winning 10 games. I'm trying to decide if they're gonna win 9 and get over 500. Yeah, they're gonna cap at 9. Yeah, they're
gonna be Washington next week, and they're gonna be Philadelphia one of those times.
I think the
key games is gonna be Indianapolis and the game against Minnesota. Those gonna be some good big ones for them.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, the Indianapolis game is the one they should get. They should split with Washington. I think Philly's gonna go ahead and sweep them. Yeah, no, I was just thinking about it. I was gonna say so. I was
they like, not getting 10 games, Willie Jack.
They not. Yeah, I don't think they got. I think they cap out at 9. I definitely don't think they're getting 10. But now I'm trying to decide if they get 9. Maybe they might finish under 500 at the starting as quickly as Chop told y'all they started. Because that'd be epic. That'd be the one. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Well, anyway, talk to me about this game, Willie Jack.
My fault.
You good.
But no, man, and honestly, there's no rhyme or reason, no secret on how to get it done, man. When you playing these Giants, I mean, if Saquon doesn't do something like extraordinary, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't do something to really keep it going. Well, this is another one too. The Giants were always going to be undermanned in this game as far as just the firepower to duke it out with Dallas. I don't know if you gave these numbers, man. My bad. But Dak 260 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks as well. Little sis in the building, what's going on? Appreciate you. And then, yeah, like I said, you know what I'm saying? Not a crazy day for TP, man. He finally needs to give his legs a rest a little bit. Zeke got it going 16 for 92 on the touchdown. But then again, like I said, on the other side, man, when I every time I talk about these Giants, it's like, well, ain't nobody over it but Saquon. And if he doesn't do something extraordinary, then that is it's just a poor offense. And so 11 for 39, they did get in the paint. Then, like I said, Daniel Jones, 220 yards. But yeah, man, they just don't have enough. They don't have enough firepower for one, and just the way that they've won most of the games they've won so far. Like I said, I couldn't put no faith and no backing into it, man. So I think this is a team that's probably exceeded expectations, man. Now they compete. Like I said, it's not a wide game at all, but I still felt like Dallas was in control. Micah getting busy as well, man. So he's turning it back up as well, doing his thing. And so, yeah, man, I think this is just a slow and steady, just kind of fall for grace for these Giants, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Maybe I might finalize my Wednesday, something like that, and let y'all know just what these Giants gonna do, man. Because I need them push-ups back, Chop. You got me on live TV doing push-ups. Now my push is too many views on that reel. I'm like, hold on, man. Ain't enough of ain't this many of y'all commenting on my post, and now y'all watching my videos. Hold on now.
So check. Hold on. So what we doing? You said 20 push-ups. So right now on our 20 push-ups.
I was gonna say, I was gonna take a look, man, and see before I jump out.
Okay, take your look. Take your time.
Probably Wednesday. I'll be ready.
Come with me
Wednesday. I'm gonna go look at them rest of the schedules. And I'm gonna make it legit. I'm not gonna punk out behind it. I'm gonna say they finished less than 500 to make it real interesting for you. They only got to win one more game. No,
bro. Look at it first before you come with me. Go take your time, look at it before you say that. And then Wednesday, when we convene, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think they're getting to 10. 10 is out for me. I don't think they split them games left.
So since you already know that, then let's do the 10. I got 20 that get to 10.
I wasn't even gonna do you that bad because I know they ain't getting to 10.
You ain't gonna do me that bad. I got 20 that get to 10. 20
hey, there you go. Hey, bet good. Hey, 20 they get to 10.
Y'all heard it. For all witnesses that are in here, man, 20 push-ups that I got the Giants getting the 10 wins this year, man. 20 push-ups. We got it on the line, man. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen, man.
Ain't going to happen, bro. I'm telling you. Come on.
I got you. On to the next one, Willie Jack, man. We had New England. They went to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. Vikings come away with this W, man. 33-26. Willie Jack, talk to me, man. What happened in this game?
Man, very good game for one. And honestly, it was kind of another thing that I know we had mentioned or talked about. Miles in the middle, what's going on, man? And so it was one thing we talked about where that New England defense, especially seeing how Minnesota got them paws put on national TV at the crib. Man, you can't get 40 ball at the crib on national TV. You just can't do it. And you did. Not if you're a real contender. And so I had Minnesota winning this game. I think me and Chop both took Minnesota. But one of the things I talked about was like, now hold on now. New England's defense is playing ball. And we saw just how porous a performance it was by the Vikings offensive line. And so with Judon having a very special year, I think he's already exceeded his career high for sacks in his career to this point in this season. He's still got 4 or 5 games to go. And so he's really getting it going. And so like I said, I was thinking like, yeah, the Patriots defense can definitely might make life hell for Kirk Cousins now, getting after the quarterback and making it difficult, etc. And so, but yeah, no, great game plan. Man, Mac Jones airing that thing out a little bit now. 382 in the air, 2 touchdowns, no picks. It spread it around pretty good as well. It's just, and this is what a credit to Bill. Nobody would have expected this game to be, or I mean, for this game to be as competitive as it was. You would have thought, man, like They had a defensive score. They ran the ball. They kept the ball out of Minnesota's hand. Minnesota must have just capitalized on a Mac Jones mistake or something like that. No, it wasn't. No, Mac Jones out there airing that thing out, running the ball. They didn't have 100 yards combined between both rushers, and it was a bit of a shootout, man. And so, but no, exciting game. Now, here's what I want to shout out, man. Shout out to my dog, Justin Jefferson, man. You know what I'm saying? Breaking the rookie receiving, breaking Randy Moss's career record for most receiving yards in the first 3 years. So he broke that record. Mind you, the boy still got 5 games left, man. And so, you know, that's just in case y'all didn't see the news. In case y'all didn't see that one. Yeah, it's out there, man. Jed is doing his thing, man. On the road to greatness, like I told you he would. And so, yeah, man, that was my take from that one, though. But no, good game. All 3 of those games are excellent games, honestly. Like,
man, great Thanksgiving, man. Great Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Great.
A lot to be thankful about, man, on that Thanksgiving, man. If you're a football fan, a lot to be thankful about. But yeah, man, hey, that's what I'm gonna say. I was gonna start off with that, Jeff. And Justin Jefferson, man, another great game, man. He getting busy, man. 9 for 139 and a touchdown. Coming off of a game where he had a big game too. You know, no, not coming out the game before that. I'm sorry, because the last game. That's when they got blew out. But this particular game, man, especially going against a Bill Belichick defense where they're known to take away the number one guy. You know what I'm saying? However they're gonna do it, they usually can take away the number one guy. Now, in some instances, I was looking at the coverage, and it looks like they were playing a little bit of one-on-one against them, and I was just like, okay, Bill Belichick, what's going on, man? What's the difference in the game plan this time? Like, what's going on here, sir? Like, I don't know what's going on, but hey, man, you do what you do, and Justin Jefferson's gonna tear you up every time, man. You don't want to do one-on-one coverage with that guy, man. Y'all better double team. You know, y'all better put some guys in place. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, great game by Justin Jefferson, and it was really the passing game of the Vikings that got them in position to win this game, man. They did a good job of slowing down Dalvin Cook. Maybe that was the focus, you know, slow down Dalvin Cook and force Kirk Cousins into some mistakes. I don't know, but whatever it was, it didn't work because Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson had it going, and then also Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen had a few big catches and a touchdown in this game too. And TJ Hockenson, man, I got to give him his kudos, because we talked about the move with him coming over, but it's really playing out a lot better than what I expected, because I felt like it was going to take him a few games to get going. But nah, man, right from jump, you know, I think he had 9 targets the first game he came over, but he's been a target monster since he's been over there, and a very, very valuable part to this offense. And hey, man, this Minnesota team is still dangerous. That's why I said I didn't take anything away from that game last week. It was what it was, and they come right back this week, handle business, do what they need to do. And I think this team will be dangerous come playoff time, man, especially if they continue to play the ball that they've been playing. Yeah, no, I can see them losing to San Francisco in the divisional round. I think that's about all they can hope for this season, man. I can't call you a real contender when you get 40 balled at the crib. You know what I'm saying? In the manner that you did. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like it was a whole bunch of like bad bounces. You had a rookie back there muffing 2 punts. You know what I'm saying? Nah, y'all just got the pause put on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody just took your lunch money. He went back, sat down in the seat. It wasn't nothing crazy happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, they just. So he just asked the question too. Yeah, no, not at all, Miles. No, not at all. Fools go, man. Fools go. And so it looked good. It's shiny. It's fresh out the pen. It's fresh out the presses. It's shiny and it look good, but it's still a penny. You know what I'm saying? A shiny penny spins for just as much as a dirty one will. You know what I'm saying? They just a shiny penny, like the New York Giants. Shiny penny. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. Yeah. This is when I disagree with Willie, man. I think this Minnesota team can be dangerous, man. I'm not gonna say that. We're gonna look back at this game come playoff time, and it ain't gonna matter. Well, at this time of the year, when you tell me contender, it's like, okay, do they have a realistic chance of, let's not even say winning the Super Bowl, making the Super Bowl? And I think not at all. I'm not gonna call it contender. To me, this is a 3-horse race in the NFC, and it's probably I think it's still a 2-horse race in the AFC as far as like real deal Super Bowl contenders. And Minnesota. Who the 3 horses in the NFC? In Philadelphia, San Francisco, and who? My dark horse. I wasn't ready to disclose my dark horse yet. Hey, man, I'm putting you. I gotta. You say Minnesota ain't no contender. You got to talk to me, brother. Tom Brady, no, man. Tom Brady
done rounding in the form a little bit. You know what I mean? Like they starting. It still ain't special. You know what I mean? It still ain't. You know what I mean? But I think they slowly running in form. That division they in is super weak. They're gonna cake through the rest of this division. Doesn't look like the Saints are gonna. The Saints may make a little fuss, but I don't think at the end of the day it amounts to anything. So I definitely expect Tom Brady and them to submit that to finish out and win that division for sure. And then from there, like I said, I have no problem. I hope Minnesota goes to Tampa Bay in round one. Or no. Wait. No, they'll both be division winners, so they wouldn't play that opening weekend anyway. But if Minnesota runs to Tampa Brady now, Tom Brady now, they're not gonna make it past that. So it could be a short window for them. Like I said, they're not making it past the divisional. They're not going to the NFC Championship game. I already told y'all the NFC Championship is reserved. I already booked it. I already called the hotels. I was talking to my dog C-Mac, man. He let me know what's going on at the times. So they already got rooms booked. San Francisco and Philly in the NFC Championship game. You know what I'm saying? So we know they're not going there. So that gives them the divisional max. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't got no faith in them.
Hey man, I feel like they are contenders, man.
You think they can really make it to the Super Bowl, bro? You think they can really?
They got a chance. But what I'm saying is this is what's gonna happen though, Willie Jack, because we're gonna look back on this. The only way you're gonna feel like I'm right is if they do make it to the championship game. That's the only way, because we're gonna look back on this and be like, after the Super Bowl is played and everything, you're gonna look back on those playoff teams and be like, did they really have a chance? But everybody that lost, I mean, you can almost say they didn't have a chance if they lost. No, it's like
I wouldn't say that necessarily. Well, cause I guess it's the way you like. Because for one, they do have their like Kirk Cousins and just that Vikings team. They've got themselves a reputation already. Like we know kind of what they're about. We know they'll beat the teams they're supposed to beat, and they generally just don't beat or you know what I'm saying. They generally just don't ever win against like a legit opponent or something like that, right? So they have that mark against them. They're the typical 9-8 team. You know what I'm saying? That just stays right there on the line.
Let me ask you this, and I don't want to stay too long with it because we got a bunch of games.
Oh yeah, we do got to go with it.
I got one question. So let's say they go against San Francisco, right? Mm-hmm. And they come up against San Francisco and they lose to San Francisco by like 3. Very competitive game. You know what I'm saying? It's a hard fought battle. You know what I'm saying? And then San Francisco goes on. Maybe San Francisco loses in the next round against Philadelphia or something like that. How would you feel about that? Does that prove? Huh?
You said San Francisco went to the Super Bowl?
No, that ain't what I see. I said they lose now.
Oh, my bad. It's early. It's early.
Hey, let's get Willie Jack up out of here, man. Let's get Willie Jack up out of here.
Hey, well, no, I dig what you're saying. Like, no, I mean, if they lose competitively, I don't mean it to say that it invalidates everything they did this season, because they had a lot of big wins, and they did. I think they also played above expectation for one. You know what I'm saying? Their first game of the season was a surprise when they beat Green Bay. Because for one, Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers just owned everybody in that division, and we didn't know what Green Bay was going to turn out to be. And so they started out. But remember, Chop? I think they were 6-1 before anybody even asked, like, are the Vikings for real? You had to get to 6-1 before they even did that. You know what I'm saying?
I think Philly overshadowed them for sure, because Philly was undefeated, and they were undefeated coming off of. Well, it was like they had a new team, exciting team. It's like, let's get on. Philly is looking real good.
Look, let me tell you this. Chop even told y'all. Chop, you didn't say they was real until they beat Buffalo. They was 7-2. You didn't even validate them until they beat Buffalo. And then right now, I was like, oh, okay. We wasn't on board yet. But then they got to that Buffalo win, and you was like, man, hey, you got to get to them. I was like, man, begrudgingly, me and you both on the same page, like, hey, man, you're 7-2 now. You beat a couple, solid opponents, whatnot, coming off this Bills win. But then that's why I was like, man, this Dallas one gonna let us know. This Dallas one gonna expose who's real and who not. And then not only it's one thing to lose. You can't get 40 ball at the crib.
You hung up on this 40 ball, bro.
Because honestly, that's just not champions. You can't get 40 ball. Tom's not getting 40 ball at the crib. I don't care who he's playing. Right, Big man. Josh, as bad as and I'm gonna say bad like this, as bad as Big Josh has been playing, right? He gave up a couple dubs. Each of them games went to the wire. You know what I'm saying? For Minnesota to beat Big Josh had to do some shit he ain't did. We've never seen. He had to play the absolute worst, and he's played in a big moment. You know what I'm saying? Like Patty's not getting 40 ball by anybody. Doesn't matter.
Check this out right here. I get this is my last example. If the Bengals lost in the first round of the playoffs, and we talked about it after, we'd have said, Bengals ain't have a chance to get to the. They wasn't a real contender anyway. You get what I'm saying? Like nobody thought the Bengals were
with the hindsight. Okay, well, okay, no, and that is fair, and that's fair because, like I said, nobody expected, you know what I'm saying, the Bengals to go where they made. I mean, honestly, they may, if not for a bad call or a missed call by the refs, I don't know. We don't know if they win wild card weekend against the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? Remember, they got a free touchdown. They got a gifted touchdown off of a blown no call by the refs. You know what I'm saying? To give them a free 6, and I think that game went to overtime. You know what I'm saying? So that part is fair. But if when we talk about stuff like this, because we are looking ahead, it is a projection. And so when my dog Miles, like when he asked me like, hey, are they a contender? I'm looking at, are you betting your mama's rent money that the Vikings have a realistic chance to do this or not? Like that's like, I don't want any, don't like make it like put your back against the line and get on or off the fence. Would you bet your mama's rent money that the Vikings, you know what I'm saying, are going to the NFC Championship? Not like, you know what I'm saying? I just know, I don't think there's any confidence to face. There's nobody willing to put up money outside of a resident of Minnesota or, you know what I'm saying, a specific fan of Kirk. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, I don't think anybody is feeling comfortable with their mama's pension money, you know what I'm saying, betting that the Vikings go to the NFC Championship, not even the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. If I had to bet the church's money on somebody, I'd give you 3. You know what I'm saying? Those would be the 3. I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying? Those would be the 3. They just didn't make that cut. Right, a big part of that, you can't get 40 ball at the crib, man.
Check this out, Willie Jack, man. We're gonna keep it pushing, man. We touched on all the Thanksgiving Day games, and the crazy enough, everybody in the weekly pick'em is undefeated so far, man. Those 3 games, there ain't nobody missed. Everybody is on par. Everybody is stacked up, neck and neck after those 3 games, man. This is what's gonna separate some people, man, as we get into some of these games, man. First game on the slate, we got Tampa Bay going to Cleveland to take on the Browns. I already know who you got, Willie Jack, but go ahead and explain it anyway. You already just gave me your dark horse, but go ahead and talk to me anyway, bro. Who you got in this game? Tampa Bay going to Cleveland.
Man, you know what, man? I'm not gonna lie. This game scares me. This game right here, and that's honestly when I was saying, like, man, I want to see Tampa Bay in this game. Honestly, when we was just talking just now, I was like, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Tampa Bay fool around and get into form, and like I said, man, they be a hard out. You know what I'm saying? Like if they get rolling, man, that's like I said, that we already know what's going on. We already know what's up with Tom Brady now. And so, but I'm not gonna lie, this game worries me, man. And I can't even tell you what rhyme or reason. You know what I'm saying? It's in Cleveland. It's Jacoby Brissett's last game before Deshaun Watson makes his return. And so, oh man, speaking of Jacoby, man, we got Miles in the building right here, fresh and early with us, man. Your dog's last one, man. And honestly, I just have a feeling like, man, hey, Jacoby's gonna go out with a bang. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, man, what better way for Jacoby to end, I guess, his season as the starter than to take it down Tom Brady now at the crib as well. And so, man, I don't know, just nothing other than that. Oh man. Big Brissett. Hey, no. He had a big game last week. Was it last week? I think Brissett had a big game last week.
Solid game. Big brisket. Brisket, boy.
Oh, Big Brissett. Yeah, big brisket. There you go. Big brisket.
Change it up, Willie Jack. It's big brisket, man.
Big brisket. Yeah, big brisket doing this thing. And so, and I don't know, man. I just had that going. But like I was saying, man, I think Tom Brady now, I think like that's championship pedigree. Like that's a team that I really think it may not look as special or as pretty as it has in the past, but I think that's a team that realizes, hold on, let's take a look where we're at. Let's take a look at this division. Quit playing. Put together wins, stack wins, get them done, and then like I said, let's start this season fresh again when we can just play out. Like I can see, it feels like that Tom Brady and them are resetting themselves kind of in that manner and gearing up because they know they've got none of the pressures on them. All the pressures on Philly. All the pressures on an exciting San Francisco team. Just people want to see how far they, you know what I mean? So they can. I think they are cognizant of kind of where they are and the opportunity in front of them. But I'm still gonna take Tom Brady now for sure. But man, this is one I just didn't know how to call it as far as the score. But I'm going to take it. I do think, man, I'm going to go 26-20. 26-20 Tampa Bay. Because I don't think there's going to be, I think there's going to be some more field goals in this game. a lot more field goals in this game because I just don't see. I mean, and Cleveland's defense is porous. It's not great. They've got one guy in Myles Garrett, and then they've got a whole bunch of other names that we know, but nobody's really playing. They're not playing exceptionally well. But that's the thing about Tom Brady and them in that offense. Like I said, they're still not hitting on all gears like we wanted to. It is looking better slowly but surely. They've got all three of those weapons that they were waiting to get together on the field all year. They're all still, well, man, is Julio still healthy? While I say that, but I think all three of them are expected to play again. I think it's going to be the third game that they've all three started, and that includes the first one in which Julio came back out. You know what I'm saying? And they lost Chris Godwin that either that same game or the next week. So this is like the third time they're all getting together, like I said. And so I think, like I said, this is just all kind of getting them back going and getting themselves together back on track. But yeah, I'll go 26-20, Tampa Bay on the road.
All right, I'm gonna go 31-17 Tampa Bay on the road against Cleveland, man. I feel like you, Willie Jack, and I feel like this is before. Even watching this Tampa Bay team, I mean, everybody knows, man. It's if Tom Brady can get it together, then it's trouble. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, the other big concern with this team was that the run defense and just the defense in general, they were giving up a lot, on the ground, which that's uncharacteristic of this particular team. But then you watch them the last game that they played. They didn't play last week because they coming off of a bye. They stuffed the run. They had a healthy Akeem Hicks, and they coming off of a bye week too. So they coming off of a bye week. They got an extra week to prepare. Tom Brady is I mean, it's sad to say, but he's a little bit further past the divorce and everything that's going on with his family and things like that. That's a little bit further in the back, and I think you're right, Willie Jack. They are, coming into form, and this will be the true test for them. One, for their run defense, because you got a monster coming at you this week and Nick Chubb, and a good offensive line. So one, that's going to be a huge test for them, and how well they're able to stop the run against this great run game that Cleveland has. And then two, how does your offense look? How does your offense look? Do they look as clean as they looked the week before? And if they do, then that's going to be the telltale sign as far as what this team is going to be and how they're going to be moving forward as far as going into the season. You know what I'm saying? And it also could help out, Atlanta, as far as if not help out Atlanta, but influence Atlanta's decision on who they want to go with moving forward. If they want to eventually turn the keys over, or if they want to continue with Mariota and allow Mariota to try to fight and to see if he can still hold on, not hold on to the division, but stay in this divisional race. So I'm gonna go Tampa Bay in this game. Like I said, 31-17, my final score. I think they continue to roll, and this Cleveland defense is a little rough. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's gonna happen with that.
Okay, no, I got you.
All right. On to the next game, Willie Jack. We got Houston going to Miami to take on the Dolphins, man. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet, man. I'm going Miami. Miami is the hotter team. They're playing a better ball. Miami is playing, Tua is playing some flawless ball. They got a lot of weapons. They're just more talented on both sides of the ball than this Houston team. Houston has got, well, they didn't get rid of them, but they did bench Davis Mills, my guy Davis Mills, man. So they are starting Kyle Allen this week. And, man, I think they're going to come out. They're going to struggle. They're trying to put together whatever they can to try to, come up with a spark for this particular team. But Miami is going to be too talented, and ready to come out and take care of business in this game, man. So I got Miami in this one, and I'm going to go 35-17 in this game. 35-17, I got Miami over Houston.
Man, how is Houston scoring 17 points? I got 31-9. And so it's bad, I guess, is the text. Well, I don't want to say looking bad. There should be no misunderstandings. Houston's not looking to win games. So benching Davis Mills for Kyle Allen tells me, man, they want to guarantee that they don't win another game this year. Like, hey, man, we got that top. We won in 8 and got a draw. Who in the hell let Davis Mills go out there and get that draw? Like, hey, man, stop playing around, man. Get Kyle Allen in there. Finish this thing on out. And like I said, man, hey, Tom, man, I know we was talking all year about the CJ Stroud kid, man. Now, they took an ugly loss. We turned to an ugly loss this weekend, man, in the big game against Michigan. But nah, man, so maybe instead, like I said, it's Bryce Young from Alabama. But like I said, they're playing for the number 1 pick. And like I said, so I don't think that regardless of what anyone may say or tell you, they're not looking to compete or win this game. And so 31-9, and honestly, I feel bad about the first score I wrote when I seen this, I just wrote down, I just thought 35-0. That's the first thing I thought.
You should have put it on there.
Hey,
how often do we ever put shutouts, Willie Jack? We don't never do that, man. Put a shutout on there, bro.
Put a shutout on the man. 35-0, Chop. 35 goose.
Hold on. Did I have Miami scoring 35?
You had Miami at 35 as well, but
hey man, put a goose egg on if you use it for me too, dog.
Hey, there we go. Don't worry, we'll fix that in post production. Movie magic. We came out strong with shutouts out the gate, both of us.
Hey, 35-0, man. Why we spending so much time? You know what? The only reason we got a little bit more. Miles came in with a question, man. Miles came in. He said, "Is Miami a contender in the AFC?"
Absolutely. With Tua, healthy Tua, absolutely. They're still undefeated with Tua. When he started and finished the game, because he started that one that he got knocked out in and didn't finish, and they lost that game. When he started and finished the game, I think they're still undefeated, or maybe they lost one. But no, I would say absolutely, and they have to. Oh yeah, my fault. Arms on the desk. But no, I think
Miami just kept going.
Yeah, my fault. I would say yes for Miami, because I think Miami may be the most dangerous team, like in the AFC or in the league. You know what I'm saying? Like they just really are. You know what I'm saying? So like Tua is playing like this is exactly the guy. This is exactly the formula that Tua needed to be successful. I wasn't a big Tua guy coming in, and then even when he got in, I wasn't a big Tua guy then. Now to Chop's credit, man, Chop was a lot more patient with Tua than I was, but I saw a noodle arm Kirk Cousins. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that, man, that sounds disrespectful, but not to say that that's still not an accurate description, because he's still of that like ilk. You know what I'm saying? And so as far as the style of quarterback he is, but like I said, man, extremely accurate to football. And honestly, the way Tyreek came out so strong defending him, man, to start this season, and that's one of the things that Tyreek said. And when Tyreek said, like, man, he's more accurate than Patty, and a lot of people took that as a shot at Patrick Mahomes. But two things can be true. He didn't say he was a better quarterback. He's not greater, etc. But just accuracy, just pure accuracy, ball placement, throw for throw. Tua was one of the greatest in college football history, and honestly, like advanced metrics will tell you that no, he is deadly accurate with the football. Now, maybe can he throw it a mile? Maybe not, but he can put it where he wants to. You know what I'm saying? Like when he's just throw for throw. So anyway, yeah, you're right. We talked about this too long. 35-0, man, and yeah, the Dolphins are legit contending in the AFC. I think, like I said, they're the scariest out of all of them, because you know what you're getting for Kansas City. You know that's a dogfight. You know that's a battle. You know what you get for Big Josh, man. Unless Big Josh beats himself, boy, you getting hell. You know what I'm saying? So I think you know what you're getting. Miami is still the new kid on the block. They're still a little unknown. Like, man, kind of like we were talking, like, do you even want to trust it? Like, man, it's all flashy. It's all, it's Tyreek going crazy. It's Waddle. They just, so do you really want to trust it? But like I said, I feel good about, if I'm Kansas City or Buffalo, that's the one team that worries me if I've got to run into them on my way to the AFC Championship game. And so, I think absolutely.
Yeah, I think Miami is dangerous as well, man. I think you might be able to say they are this year's Bengals. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the weapons that they have and how explosive they can be on that offense. Yeah, they can surprise some teams. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? Their record, because we forget, the Bengals got going like the last month of the season. And so to this point in the season, they probably
exceeded.
They're performing better. Like their season is stronger than that Bengals team was to this point in the season. And then, like I said, we know how their story finished. And so, yeah, if we're using that as the marker, then I would think they're even ahead of Cincinnati at this time. And like I said, if they can sustain that and carry that into the championship rounds, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's still, again, assuming that Tua does stay healthy. Then, yeah, man, absolutely.
Gotcha. On to the next game, Willie Jack. We got Chicago going to New York to take on the Jets, man. Willie Jack, who you got in this one, man?
Man, this is what we got. Mike White. What's the news on Justin Fields, man?
He's out.
Okay. Who's the backup in Chicago?
That's a good question. I meant to look that up, but I'm gonna go ahead and I meant to. No, you good. No, you good because I meant to look it up myself because I was like, oh yeah, who is the backup quarterback over there? You know what I'm saying? I almost forgot. Like, is it Nick Foles still? Who's over there?
Man, I don't even know who's over there. I was just trying to think of old back. I was like, is it Coleman?
Trevor Siemian. Trevor Siemian is going to be a starting quarterback in this game.
Man, Trevor Siemian still cashing NFL checks?
He cashing them checks, bro.
Man, shout out to Trevor Siemian. Boy, I feel like he played 20 years ago when he was the fourth string quarterback backing up Peyton Manning and Brock Osweiler. I didn't know that boy was still in the league. Golly.
Boy got a Super Bowl ring.
Man, yeah. Hey, Trevor Siemian versus Mike White. I'm gonna take the Jets, man. I hate that I gotta take the Jets.
I know you do. After what we just talked about Wednesday, I know you.
I hate that I gotta take the Jets. Damn, Justin, told you sit your ass down. Golly. Man, give me New York to win this game 9-3. No. I'll give Mike White it's gonna be. I think there's gonna be 2 total touchdowns in this game. I don't know if they both go for the Jets or if it's 1-1 and some field goals. But yeah, I'm talking too much about a garbage ball. Man, I'm going 13-10 the Jets.
I'm gonna tell you like this, Willie Jack. Mike White about to light it up. He about to throw at least 3 touchdowns this game, man. 3 touchdowns this game. I'm going Jets in this game 31-10. I'm going 31-10, man. The Jets light it up. The defense is solid. And one thing about this Chicago offense, we've seen them try to run a pro style offense or the style of offense where you got a pocket pass and so on and so forth. And it wasn't working. It looked awful. You know what I'm saying? It looked terrible. They had to really rely on their run game. But I'm going to tell you this week, their run game has got to run. They're going to run into a great run defense, over in New York. And an overall good defense in New York. And so I don't see the Bears getting much of anything going this particular game. So, yeah, I'm going to change that 10, man. I'm going to change that 10. I'm going 31-6. 31-6 in this game. Mike White throws 3 touchdowns. I don't know where the other touchdown come from, but I know he's throwing at least 3 touchdowns this particular game. He might throw for 300 yards. I'm just going to put – you know what? I don't know what Willie put it on me. I didn't even tell him he was my guy.
Come on, man. That's your guy, man. Come on, man.
I didn't even say he was my guy, but since Willie was talking that trash last week, we spent about 30 minutes on one subject, man.
Come on.
Mike White, player of the week, man. My performer of the week. Mike White coming here. He coming through 300 yards, at least 3 touchdowns in this game, man. Passing, man. Mike White finna turn it up, man. He about to turn it up, man. Just because Willie Jack was talking that trash, Mike White gonna come out and light it up, bro.
I'm proud of you, boy. I'm proud of you. I teased you up there, and you finally came through. You was pussyfooting around for a little bit. I was sitting in my mind like, just go for it, Chop. As soon as you said the Jets 35, he said Mike White have today. I was like, oh, he better be player of the week. I was waiting to see. I was gonna tell you like, oh, so he ain't gonna be player of the week. But I'm glad. Chop woke up today. He was 200 pounds. He was married. He had 2 kids. He realized he was a grown man, and he got off the fence. And Mike White is a player of the week. I love it. That's a fantasy nugget for y'all. Yeah,
it's happening.
Purchase money with that if you feel good. Let's
there you go, man. There you go. Now I know most of y'all probably got QBs already, and that's a long shot to be starting him. But but don't say Chop ain't told you, man. Chop told you. Mike White, performer of the week, man. He coming out. He about to show out, man. He about to show out. Because the matchup just lines up that way. That's why.
Hey, that's true. You said 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
300 yards, 3 touchdowns, man. Gotcha. At least.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man. That's where we're going with it, man. That's where we're going. So, on to the next one, Willie Jack, man. Let's keep on pushing, man. We got Atlanta going to Washington, man, to take on the Commanders. I'm gonna go Washington in this game, man. For me, I watched Washington last week and the last couple weeks, honestly, man. And I like the way that this team looks overall, especially what I've seen from them on the defensive end of things. You know what I'm saying? They started the game off last week with a pick 6. Now, granted, it was against Houston, but this week they're not going against, that much of a prolific passer this week as well. So I expect them to come out and their defense still be pretty solid against this Atlanta offense. Now, Atlanta will be out without their I don't know how much they really use him anyway, but without Kyle Pitts. He's a weapon on the field. You have to know where he's at when he's on the field. So not having him on the field, I think that does make a difference. Maybe not a huge difference, but I think it does make a difference in this particular game. And I think Washington is able to pull it out, man. They playing some feisty, tough, physical football. And I just like the way that this defense looks. And I think this defense will be able to do what they need to do against this Atlanta offense to slow them down just enough so that they can get going. Because Taylor Heineke has been having a better connection, with your boy Scary Terry, man. Yeah. Scary Terry has been looking a lot better, the last 4 or 5 weeks. And this offense has been looking a lot better too. And like I said, quiet as kept. I said last week they was at 5-5. Now they at 6-5, man. Slowly but surely, this team is above 500, man, and looking pretty solid, man. So I'm gonna go Washington in this game. I think they continue with their momentum and they continue to do what they've been doing. And yeah, man, they go ahead and get their 7th win of the season, and then they sit at 7-5, man, and in position to really or try to make this thing interesting over in that division, man. So I'm going to watch this game. My final score is going to be, I'm going to go 24-20. 24-20 Washington over Atlanta.
Man, it's so funny that you said that because that's the score that I wrote down for this game, but I don't know who's winning. Like, I didn't know who to pick for winning. And honestly, what it is, because I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just another one of those games where it doesn't make any sense why, but no, I'm not even gonna get into that, man. Yeah, 24-20. I'm gonna keep watching it 24-20 as well. I think what it is, man, is sometimes like when you pick first, instantly I just want to pick against you.
You want to go against me?
You know what I mean? Like, beat you.
I
was like, damn, I had 24-20 as well. I was like, wait, if Chop's thinking what I'm thinking, then that means I'm wrong. So I was like, man, is Atlanta gonna win this game?
Hey, this dude's crazy, man.
That's why I was like, hold on, man. He said 24-20. I was like, damn, that's a good score, Chop. I had 24-20. Wait a second.
That's gotta be wrong.
Something's gotta be off. But no, man, I'll stay with it, man. I'm gonna keep watching it as well. 24-20. And I mean, there's no secret to the sauce, man. Atlanta's got to run the ball to be successful. If they can run the ball to control that game, man, then they can still, it could be a dogfight, man. They can turn up on you a little bit. But like you said, man, Washington, to their credit, man, I mean, they're not playing great ball, but they definitely are playing competitive ball. Like I said, they're finding a way to win ugly. Like I said, with your dog Heineke, man, they're getting it done. He's feeding my dog Scary Terry, man, so I can't say too much about him, but I'll keep it with Washington as well, man, 24-20.
Gotcha. All right, Willie Jack, boy. Well, it's about that time, man. And I don't know, man. We've been sitting at the same few people that's been chilling in here, hanging out with us, man. Hey, man, is anybody sharing? I think now you need some people to share. You know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe, man. Share this out, man. Get it on out there. Willie Jack, man. In fact, you go ahead.
Hey, come on, man. Y'all know what's going on, man. Today's episode of Chop Willie in the Morning brought to you by the good and handsome fellas. Let the film speak. You can catch them boys Wednesdays at 7. You know what I'm saying? And they're like swimwear and ain't going nowhere. But other than that, today's episode of Chop Willie in the Morning, man, is brought to you by the OG, man. The Three Amigos, man. Come on, stop playing, man. That's like that. Share, subscribe, man. That's the Three Amigos. It's a 3-piece spicy. It's 3 the hard way. You cannot go wrong. That's like that. Share, subscribe. Now, we know this, so y'all can say it with me at home, man. It's the Three Amigos. It's a 4-part process, man. First thing you got to do, man, Chop already let you know what's going on, man. You get in, man. You got to speak to somebody, man. You got to like. You got to share. You got to subscribe. Then tell a friend, man. First thing you got to do, tell a friend. After you tell your friend to tell his friend. Tell your friend's friend to tell his partner as well. And bring everybody down here to kick it with your dogs, man. Up top in the penthouse, man. Top floor. Cold drinks, warm refreshments. You know what's going on, man. We get real busy up here, man. Come in, sit down, enjoy yourself, man. Get the football Sunday started right with Chop Willie in the Morning, man. Here every Wednesday. Then you got to circle back, man. You ain't safe till you touch home base, man. And the home base show is Wednesdays, 7 o'clock, man. Come back and find out where we was wrong, where we was right. You know what I'm saying? Who put whose foot in whose mouth. You know what I'm saying? It gets really interesting over there, man. So don't forget to holler at us on the Wednesday show at 7. But yeah, man, Sundays, 10 o'clock, in here with your dogs, getting real busy. Appreciate all the love, support as always. And now back to the regularly scheduled programming. Come on, man.
Right on, Willie Jack. Right on, Willie Jack. And it's sad to say, man, I'm sad to say that we starting this second half off, man, with a toilet bowl, man. We got a toilet bowl on the market here. We got Denver going to Carolina to take on the Panthers. Man, give me Denver in this game, man. I'm going to go Denver. I don't know why I keep going with Denver, man. I don't know what it is, bro. I don't know what it is, bro. I'm off the bandwagon.
Subconsciously, you bigged them up in the beginning of the season, so you gotta have them at least with decent.
Yeah, bro, it's the same thing where when I come across the Rams game, it's like it don't matter who they going against, bro. It's like, do I need to go with them, bro? Because I gotta ride with them, you know what I'm saying. But I gotta go with them this week because somehow the matchups end up telling me like, hey, maybe this is the week. Like last week against Las Vegas, man. Las Vegas was playing some terrible ball. It's like, maybe this is the week.
Yeah.
When what happened? Go against Carolina this week. Maybe this is the week. I don't know what's going on, bro. I don't know. I ain't switching it. I'm sticking with it because I just ain't got that much faith in Sam Darnold, man. Sam Darnold is starting this particular game. He's, from my experience and what I've seen from Sam Darnold, if he's the same Sam Darnold that comes out, You know what I'm saying? He will turn that ball over. He'll give you the rock. They're going against one of the better defenses, if not the best defense in the league. I feel sorry for this defense, man. It's rough for this defense. I feel sorry for them because they've been playing some great ball all year long, and they ain't getting nothing in return on the other side.
Flag on the play.
Excuse me?
Don't just slide past that. Denver's the best defense in the league, you think, bro?
I said one of the best defenses in the league, if not the best defense in the league. Take it how you want it. Take it how you want it. You can take that for it to mean whatever you want it to mean. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with it. One of the best defenses in the league, if not the best. I feel sorry for them because they've been playing some solid ball all year long, but they're not getting the same thing in return on the other side, man. They're playing some really good ball. And that's exactly what this team has been lacking, man. They've been lacking an offensive presence, a coaching presence. Like it's a lot going on with this particular offense. And yeah, man, I'm not sure. I do think they do have enough to get it done today. They did cut ways with running back Melvin Gordon. So, they coming into this game with Latavius Murray as their starter, who hasn't looked bad, honestly. He hasn't been looked bad the last few weeks. He's been running the ball okay. I think they will still be without Jerry Jeudy. But I don't know, man. I expect Russell Wilson and Cortland Sutton to be able to put together something to get enough points on the board to where they can at least hold off Carolina. So I don't think they're going to do anything special. I don't think either one of these teams are special, but I just think Denver can do just a little bit more to set them apart where they can hold off Carolina. So I'm going to go. It's going to be a lower scoring game. Give me 17-13, man. 17-13, Denver over Carolina in this game.
Ooh. And, man, you know what, man? Same thing, man. I wanted to take Carolina in this. Because I was like, how perfect would that be, man? Sam Darnold comes out there and lights Denver up.
But see, the one part about that too, though, that is a little scary about picking Denver is in this position, Sam Darnold ain't got nothing to lose. So why not come out firing? And sometimes you come out firing, man, you gonna hit. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. I'm not gonna lie, that's exactly how I feel and what I was thinking. Like if I'm Sam Darnold, bro, my first 3 passes will be 3 picks or 3 touchdowns. And I'm going up top.
Facts.
I don't give a damn what was called. I'm going up top, bro.
Hey, he say, give me an ISO dive. He say, nah, bro, we ain't running that. Look, we doing 4 bursts.
Yeah, exactly.
We doing 4 bursts on 1-on-1. Ready?
But hey, are y'all old enough to remember any given Sunday? Remember when LL Cool J was a running back?
Hey, bro.
And he would come in and bring the play for Jamie. Jamie was like, "What's that?" He's like, "Yeah, it's B gap dive." Oh, hell no. No.
We ain't running that.
367, go flash. Yeah, on 3. Yeah, go ahead. Don't worry about it. Yeah,
don't worry about that. We ain't running no ISO.
We in the wrong personnel group. It don't even matter.
Right, bro. We won 2 games. We won 3 games. Bro, we ain't running no ISO. We finna light this thing up.
I don't even care about the game. If I'm Sam Darnold, I've been sitting this long. You know what I'm saying? I done waited through PJ Walker. I done waited through Baker Mayfield twice. Y'all ain't gonna tell me nothing. Y'all just told me I can do what I want to out here. I went in the game without the mic in my headphone. They don't even know it. I ain't even got a mic.
You just looking over like, coach. Yeah.
Whatever. No, just giving them this all game.
Okay.
I got it. Yeah.
I got it.
I'll go. Yeah, come on, man. I'll go on.
Facts, man.
Facts. Yeah, I'm slinging it. But now, in seriousness though, man, I gotta take Denver. I'm gonna take them 20-13. But I think just like you said, man, both these defenses are gonna play some stingy ball, and both these defenses have soft targets on the other side as far as both off. Nah, man. Give me Sam Darnold at the crib, man. Okay. Give me Sam Darnold at the crib, man. This feel like a freebie. This feel like a freebie, man. Give me Sam Darnold at the crib, man, with that Carolina defense. I hope that Carolina defense shows up and makes me look real good right here. I'll even leave the score, man. I'll take Carolina and Sam Darnold at the crib 20-13. I can't sit there and tell y'all Sam Darnold going out there slinging that thing and not even give him 3 touchdowns. Give me 21-13. 21-13. Sam Darnold and the boys at the crib to steal one from, well, not steal one, but just to get one over the Denver Broncos defense.
Gotcha. On to the next one, Willie Jack. We got Baltimore traveling to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Who you got in this one, Willie Jack?
Baltimore on the road. And honestly, Baltimore, I almost like have to remember, like, oh yeah, Baltimore's in the AFC. You know what I'm saying? Like, even just now, we were talking contenders just a minute ago. Baltimore completely slipped my mind. When we were talking, Buffalo, Kansas City, we talked about Miami, and honestly, like I didn't just think about Baltimore. And here's what's crazy about that, bro. I'm still not convinced that Baltimore finishes ahead or better than Cincinnati when it's all said and done. Honestly, I don't have faith that they hold off Cincinnati. Now we're gonna see a lot today when we get to that matchup with Jamar Chase being set to make his return. And so, like I said, that team has been night and day. But so I'm not even convinced, man, that Baltimore holds up to our division. But I will take them on the road against Jacksonville. Jacksonville's defense as well, man. Quite as kept, man. That's a young defense that honestly, man, I think this game is a lot tougher for Baltimore than we give it credit on paper. Now, the only thing about that is I don't know if we get like competent Trevor Lawrence or if we just get Trevor Lawrence that just goes out there and just is kind of like a deer in headlights. And so don't know which one of those guys shows up. But defensively, honestly, I think Jacksonville makes this game real interesting for Baltimore. I will give it to Baltimore on the road, but I think it's more of a close fought kind of dogfight more so than anything. I'll go 23-20. 23-20, Baltimore on the road. Lamar probably is, Lamar doing enough to make the difference in this game to get the dub. But I think this is a game that's going to be like an entertaining defensive game. You know what I'm saying? Now that I think about that, man, I'll probably watch that game a little closer than I thought. I just want to see kind of how these defenses, how that looks, man, how that shapes up, at least in the early going. But yeah, I'm going to take Baltimore on the road.
All right, Willie Jackson. You know what, man? Hey, might as well shake some stuff up, man.
Mine said they aren't contenders. Okay, talking about Baltimore.
Talking about Baltimore.
Yeah, I wouldn't say so either.
So I'm gonna shake something up, man, Willie Jackson, just like you did, man. I'm going Jacksonville, man. I'm going Jacksonville at home.
Ooh,
I'm going 24-20, though. I'm gonna go 24-20. Okay. I just don't like the way that this Baltimore team has looked the last few weeks, especially on offense. On offense, they haven't looked the best. I think this Jaguars offense is going to present a few different problems to this Baltimore defense that they haven't faced the last few weeks. Now, granted, they got Roquan Smith. Roquan Smith looking like a really good addition to this team, and it's really kind of put things together as far as this defense goes. But this week, I think the challenge is going to be Travis Etienne out of the backfield. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be necessarily him running the ball, but him out of the backfield. Like, can anybody actually cover him, out of the backfield? And I think that he could spark that offense into making some big plays. You can flip the field, put him in great field position. And if he can continue to do that, maybe this team wins the game, with a few field goals or, whatever the course may be, or it may prolong some drives, where they keep the ball a little bit longer, keep it out of Lamar Jackson's hands. And then on the other side of the ball, man, it's just like, not just like, but similar to, like when we talk about the New York Giants, of course, they got the one guy. The one guy for Baltimore right now is Mark Andrews. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Now you got Lamar Jackson. He's dynamic too, as far as running the ball. But when it comes to passing the ball, it's Mark Andrews.
No faith in that new connection with DeMarcus Robinson. They had a big week last week.
That was one game. I mean, he's had those games. I don't expect DeMarcus Robinson to come out and have that again this particular week. You know what I'm saying? So he's had a good game with Duvernay. You know what I'm saying? He's had good games with Isaiah Likely. He's had games with a few different guys, but are these guys consistent playmakers throughout the year? Now, Isaiah Likely was a backup tight end, you know what I'm saying? But he did get a couple starts.
He got busy though. When Mark Andrews went down, he got busy.
The first start, but then the second start, he had one catch. It wasn't for a touchdown, but it was one catch that entire game. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see much consistency besides Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews in his passing game. And I just expect this Jacksonville defense, like you said, to present a few more problems to this Baltimore offense. And if it's a risk, relying on Trevor Lawrence to do what he needs to do. But yeah, man, I'm going with Jacksonville in this game, man. I expect them to make enough plays and Travis Etienne to make enough plays for this team to win 24-20 in this game, man.
No, and I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm glad you took Jacksonville there. I wanted to take Jacksonville, man, and being at home, I did, but just like you said, man, good Trevor, bad Trevor, man. I just don't know. Sometimes he's literally just back there, man. Look like he's got like blinders on, boy, and he's just, you know what I'm saying, just out there, and it's a 3 turnover day. You know what I mean, fumbles or picks, and so. Yeah, that part works because that Baltimore defense, like you said, man, Roquan Smith coming over, Kyle Hamilton, the rookie safety playing very well as well, man. So that defense is kind of getting back into their own little groove, I guess so to say. The corners are playing very well. I think you shouted out Marlon Humphrey. I believe you said something about Marlon.
It was just last Wednesday, yeah.
Okay, yeah. And so that defense is picking it up, man, and playing a lot better. And so I wanted to go Jacksonville, man, but yeah, I could. I'm glad you did.
I'm glad you. Matter of fact, it was Chop Willie in the morning last week, and I'm glad you mentioned Marlon Humphrey because the boy got him a pick that game, and he stripped and got a fumble, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. The boy, whatever, he heard me. He was like, then he said, "Chop, don't." He said, "Willie, don't believe me. Willie think it's sweet out here." Oh, day one game in the building.
Day one game is still in the building. Jarrell, what's the word, man?
How you living? On to the next one, Willie Jack. Let's go to Arizona, where we got the Chargers visiting Arizona, man, to take on those Cardinals. Willie Jack, who you got in this one, man?
Yeah, man, give me the Chargers on the road. Is Kyler gonna be back for this one?
Kyler is back.
Okay, yeah. So Kyler's finally back in this one, but I'm still taking the Chargers. And just kind of like I was saying these last couple weeks, man, the Chargers are another team I want to see how they finish the season. So they're finally getting healthy, or at least on offense. They're getting their guys back. So Kyle Allen is back. Mike Williams is back. Kyle Allen. Why am I saying that name wrong? Keenan Allen. Man, forgive me, Keenan. Okay. Keenan, I was like, hold on, Kyle Allen. It's not feeling right. Keenan Allen back. Mike Williams back. So Keenan Allen had a decent game last week in Kansas City. Now he did get the unfortunate fumble. I'm still not convinced. Don't know how I feel about that fumble in the Chiefs game. But I think he had 6 for like 90 yards or something like that. So he's kind of getting back and getting back in his groove. Now Mike Williams still hasn't. He was on the field, but he hasn't really kind of returned to his level of play yet. And so every week going forward for them, like I said, it's just I'm just going to pay attention to see just how that offense is progressing. The defense is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But also, Tom in the building as well. What's going on, big dog? Good morning. But yeah, I'm going to take the Chargers on the road with Kyler being back, man. And the way that D-Hop's been, D-Hop looks damn good. D-Hop looks great. And it's great. Not even good. D-Hop looks great. You know what I'm saying? He's motivated for sure. He really was really pissed off about the hit his reputation took for the steroid scandal. I meant to talk about it last week, but we got a little long last week. We didn't get to talk about it. Tre'Davious Ward, former Chiefs corner that now plays with the Niners, wasn't it? Yeah, because the Cardinals just played the Niners and was, you know what I'm saying, they had no respect for him, called him steroid boy in the news. You know what I'm saying? It was a quotable post that went around. And so, but this the thing about that is Tre'Davious Ward's not the only corner or the only player in the league that feels that way. And so guys do kind of take it personal. Once a guy gets exposed for cheater, it calls into question your integrity this whole time. You know what I'm saying? And that's something we haven't even kind of touched on. But man, what does that stain mean for Hop? A guy who was, you know, on in the trajectory or in the conversation as like, hey man, see how he finishes up these next 3-4 years. Is this a guy that gets his gold jacket? You know what I'm saying? And so now having this kind of carry or follow him around, because I said there's no way that Tre'Davious Ward is the only guy that feels like, oh no, man, he's a cheater, steroid boy over there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just curious to see how that plays. But steroids or not, whatever the boy took, I don't know if it was steroids, I don't know if it was the drugs that Aaron Rodgers was on in the preseason. Whatever it is, D-Hop looks really good. And so now having Kyler Murray back now to really give themselves a chance as well to see if they can maybe make some type of magical push at the end just to see how this thing finishes on out. But all that said, man, I'm still taking Justin Herbert and the Chargers on the road. With Kyler being back, though, I do think we get some points scored in this one. I'm going to go 30-27, Chargers on the road.
Gotcha. And just like you said, Willie Jack, I think it's gonna be some scores with some points scored in this game too. I got this. It's kind of more so like a shootout, man. I'm going 38-35. I'm going with the Chargers in this one, man. 38-35 in this particular game. I got the Chargers winning it. The one thing that kind of stands out to me as far as the Cardinals go is not only are they getting Kyler back, but they're getting Marquise Brown back. You know what I'm saying? So they get
Hollywood back as well. Oh,
yeah, so Hollywood is making its return this week. Paired with D-Hop. Now they are going to be without Rondale Moore, so they don't have the full plethora of weapons. But I think they make this game interesting. Not to mention, James Conner has been back and has been looking pretty solid too. So I don't think this Arizona team is going to be easy to stop. And I don't know if you remember a few weeks back, Willie Jack, I said, like, don't be surprised if we start to see a little bit more competitiveness coming from this Arizona team once they start to get healthy. And that's what they're starting to get now. Is healthy with Kyler back, and Marquise Brown and D-Hop and, all those particular guys. And it can get real special or real competitive in this game. And I expect it to be a shootout. All in all, though, I do think the Chargers are going to be a little bit too much, man. One thing the Chargers have that the Cardinals don't have is a legit pass rush. Now, even without Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack is going to have a lot to say, in this game about, the Kyler Murray being able to put up a lot of points. Now, he's going to be scrambling a lot, but it's still going to be they still going to do enough to kind of slow them down to where it's going to be a little bit harder for them to put up points. You know what I'm saying? And you still got Derwin James on the back end. So I think this defense holds up a little bit more. But I think this is more of an even game than people think. Now that I think about it.
No, it really is, bro. That's what I'm saying.
You got Buda Baker on the other side of that. You know what I'm saying? Another good safety. Then you got JJ Watt has quietly a solid year. You know what I'm saying? Not an all-pro year, but a solid year. So this game could be really competitive, man. But I expect some points to be put up. Give me 38-35, man. Chargers over Cardinals.
You know what, Trevor? I think you sold me, man. The wheels are turning.
They turning?
I hate that I let you do this to me all the time. Give me Arizona 31-27, man.
31-27. You got Arizona. Okay.
Give me Arizona 31-27.
I ain't mad at Willie J because I was close to doing it too, bro. I was real close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna rock with it, bro. Nothing else needs to be said. We're gonna rock with
Arizona 31-27. Boy, Chop, boy, you sneak, boy, you. All right.
Yeah, well, look, check me out, man. Check me out. We got Las Vegas, man. Las Vegas. Your boys back, man. Going to see Seattle, man. They going to see Seattle. They going to see who they going to see, Willie Jack.
Come on, man. Big Gino, man. Big Gino. Man, matter of fact, let me get my chat together, man. Big Gino in the chat. Hashtag Big Gino. Come on, man. Hashtag Big Gino in the chat. Did you chat it from? Yeah, hey, man. Hashtag Big Gino, man. And so, was you starting this one or you want me to start?
I can start out, Willie. Let me go ahead, man. It's gonna be short and sweet for me, but I'm gonna go Big Gino in Seattle today in this particular game, man. Seattle coming off of a bye week. It's been looking really good, man. And they're going against a soft Las Vegas defense. Now, Las Vegas, they are coming off of a win, but they're coming off a win against a struggling Denver team. But Seattle's been playing a lot better ball than what we've seen from this Denver team. On top of that, I got the young boy, Kenneth Walker. I expect him to come out and run that ball really well. I expect Gino to get back in his bag and start hitting those receivers, DK and Lockett are fully healthy. And I expect them to control this game early, often. And I expect them to put up 27, man. I got them. Actually, give them 30. Seattle over Las Vegas, 30-24. I think Las Vegas, they scores 3 touchdowns in this game, but it won't be enough to beat this Seattle team. Seattle's, well coached right now. Pete Carroll is doing his thing, and I'm going Seattle on this one, man. Go ahead, Willie Jack.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so exactly, man. So Big Gino, man, coming off the bye week, he's well rested. You know what I'm saying? Got the moneymaker dusted off because the boy is about to be a free agent. He only making Big Gino? They said Big Gino making, I don't know if it was 3.5 or 1.5 million this year. He's gonna be a free agent, and I'm not gonna lie, man. I really can't wait to see. Well, I hope he finishes strong for sure. But I'm just so curious to see how this plays out for Big Gino, because it looks to me that Big Gino needs some of that Kirk Cousins money. He needs some of that Jimmy G money. You know what I'm saying? He needs some of that to attack a value a little bit of money. You know what I'm saying? So he need Big Gino due for a check. And like I said, coming off the bye week, man, what better way to re-announce yourself, reintroduce yourself than getting the Raiders to come to your team and give away a dub. You know what I'm saying? So you can't lose. If you're a Seattle Seahawks fan, if you're a gambling man, it's a freebie. Because if the let's say the Raiders come out, man, they feeling good, they feeling great, they get stuff off their chest. Kirk, you know what I'm saying? David Carr was crying in the car, and now he get to the stadium and he's all bowled up and he's feeling tough, and they come out 17-0. Doesn't matter, because the Raiders has given up more 17-point leads this season than they have wins. So like I said, you can't lose. You can't lose. Other than that, or they just get smacked by Big Gino in the Seahawks. So like I said, I feel real good about this, man. I actually don't mind your score there. I'm gonna take it down just a notch. And I'm gonna
Okay.
go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Also,
just
go ahead. Go ahead. Give me your score, and
uh,
I got another update for you after that.
okay for sure. Give me Big Gino on the boys, man. I'm gonna go 27-17. Big Gino and those guys, man. And yeah, so that. Well, now I'm curious about your news, man. Go ahead and give me the news. But yeah, I'll take Big Gino.
It ain't about this game. It ain't about this game. You good?
Okay, so I didn't know if it was something else. Hold on, man. Don't let me pick now. You got something on the game.
That's why I wanted you to go ahead and get this one out the way. So
Okay.
it's a game we already did, but I just want to give everybody updates so everybody know what's going on. But update in regards to the Chicago and New York Jets game, man. Trevor Siemian is not starting this game. He actually got injured in warmups.
You playing? You joking, dog?
I'm sorry.
Man.
Hey, Trevor Siemian, if you pay attention to the show, man, I apologize, man. It was just funny, man, the way it just sounded. So Trevor Siemian, he actually got hurt in warm-up. So Nathan Peterman is actually going to be the starter for the Bears today in this particular game, Willie Jack. That's who's starting, man.
Okay, we both took the Jets anyway. Okay.
Yeah. So that's what's happening.
What does a quarterback do in warm-ups? I'm trying to think now.
Throw.
I ain't never seen Juice do nothing. Couple weak zone handoffs. You don't do too much.
You got to get your arm warmed up. I wonder, but you know what? It makes me wonder.
Decisions.
It makes me wonder what's the weather like there. You know what I'm saying? Is it raining? What's going on there?
Hey, it is New York, man. We seen that the weather was in Buffalo. I guess 2 weeks ago now. So I imagine it's cold as hell. But
okay, so it looked like it is raining, man. It looked like it is raining. So it looks like gonna be a little bit of rain today, man. And yeah, so it's gonna be a little bit wet out there. Maybe he slipped. Bro. That's what it was. He slipped.
Man. Hey, get well soon, man.
Get well soon. On to the next game, Willie Jack.
Boy, been waiting 6 years to play another football game. Has one teed up in a game that quietly he's got to feel like, man, I might get a dub this week. And you tell me you stub your toe in pregame.
Well, we already know he wasn't getting a dub because Mike White throwing for 3 touchdowns. I'm just telling you that right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's just remind you. I'm gonna remind you.
I don't know if he throw 3 touchdowns, but they better win. I'll tell you that. Because it don't matter what they score. I don't know how Chicago's gonna score.
Right, exactly. On to the next one, Willie Jack. Man, we got my squad, man. The Los Angeles Rams traveling to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. Let me get in and get out of here, Willie Jack. It's real short and sweet, man. I'm going to Chiefs in this game, and I got a lot to a little in this game. Stafford is out, Kupp is out. You know, we're still not playing the best ball right now. And KC is playing some of the best ball right now. You know what I'm saying? So KC is coming in. They operating, you know, on high cylinders. You know, they just playing some really good ball right now, man. So I'm going Kansas City in this game. I think Kansas City puts up. I'm gonna give them 30 in this game. I get Kansas City 27. Get Kansas City 27 to the Rams 17. 27-17. No, yeah, 27-17. 27-17. Give me the Chiefs in this particular game. And I just think they just overmatched the Rams right now. And even for the Rams, I think that Stafford might even be done for the season. I think they might just sit him for the season, which means they definitely not bringing Kupp back. You know, so they just playing, like I said before, to see what they got in their young talent, man. So I expect to see a lot of young guys. And I didn't see McCutcheon last week, Willie Jack. I want to see McCutcheon this week, man. That's what I'm looking forward to when I see this game. I want to see McCutcheon. But yeah, I got KC coming away with this W, man. Easy win for them. 27-17.
Man, when's the last time the Rams been shut out, man?
It's been a while. I don't know if McVay's ever been shut out. Really, now that I think about it, McVay now he's been in games where he hasn't scored an offensive touchdown. He did it in the Super Bowl against the Patriots a few years back. Yeah. He's done it, but I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Hey, you heard my dog Day One Game. He said, man, Day One Game said the wheels been fell off that thing, boy. The wheels been fell off that thing.
Yeah,
hey,
they fell off.
Man,
they
get off my dog, man. Hey, man, y'all don't kick a man when he's down, man. Y'all get off my dog in this Rams, man, in the chat. Golly. Real quick, Jarrell. Hey, Day One Game. Jarrell said, man, change his pick to the Jets, man. Wait, we got you. You locked in. It's 8:12 o'clock here, so you locked in, man. Chop got you. But I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't know where points are coming from. Jeff Wofford, it could have been Stafford. Doesn't matter. Jeff Wofford throwing to who? Allen Robinson, Tutu Atwell, maybe a guest appearance from McCutcheon that we wait to see. And then okay, well, no, man, they're not gonna put it on Jeff Wofford. Okay, so who they gonna put it on? You let go of Darnell Henderson.
Bryce Perkins is starting at quarterback.
Oh, that's right, Bryce Perkins.
Bryce
Not
Perkins.
Wofford. That's right, Bryce Perkins. Was he from UCLA? Anyway, Bryce Perkins, even better. Don't matter. I don't know where points are gonna come from, man. And that's just being realistic. But man, it's hard to go 2 shutouts, man, because Houston getting blanked. Yeah, man. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm gonna go. Damn, that sounds terrible. I'm going 30-0. 30 ball. 30-0, Kansas City and Kansas City with Bryce Perkins starting without Cooper Kupp, without any semblance of a run game. I don't know where y'all score. I don't know where y'all score. And it's Kansas City. The defense, man, Chop's been holding on to that defense playing better than it looks to the naked eye, because that defense doesn't look special to me when I just watch it. You know what I mean? I see that they've had decent outings against mediocre or subpar competition, but I just don't see it, man. In the way, like with Jalen playing in the slot. Okay, so Jalen is going to see a lot of Travis Kelce today. Now that's going to be interesting to see that. But man, I just, you know what, man? Yep, 30-0. And matter of fact, man, if it's going to be 30-0, then I guess that almost. Man, yeah, that gives Patty the game. That gives Patty the game of the week then. Matter of fact, 31-0. I'm going to give Patty all 4 touchdowns. 31-0. Patty throws for 350. 350 from Patty and 4 tubs. Player of the week.
Patty ain't throwing for 300 this game.
350.
Yeah, he ain't touching 3.
And don't forget 4 tubs. Who's gonna stop him?
The Rams D, bro.
Yeah.
Rams D. Hey, bro, I gotta hold on to something. Yeah. I gotta hold on to something. We ain't scoring no points. He ain't touching 3, bro. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Hey man, y'all gotta, hey man. Hey, why y'all being so hostile towards my dog Chop, man? Look, man, you don't, man, y'all ain't gotta pile on my dog like this, man.
I expect this from Miles, man. He a Chiefs fan. It's all good. That boy a Chiefs fan. Why would he supposed to root for the Chiefs, right? Ain't he supposed to root for the Chiefs? He's a Chiefs fan. Let the boy rock. You know what I'm saying? Let him cook.
Y'all too much, man. Hey,
Chiefs, man. I don't take this game, Willie Jack, man. Let's go, man. Let's keep this going, man. We got New Orleans traveling into San Francisco to take on the 49ers. Who you got in this one, Willie Jack?
Oh, man, y'all know what's going on, man. C-Mac is back, man. C-Mac is back. And that Niners team, like I said, man, you already know where I'm at with the Niners, man. So I think they definitely going all the way to the big game, man. So I definitely see them in the NFC Championship game. So giving them the dub at the crib as well. And also, see, this is one where I like this matchup because New Orleans defense is salty. You know what I mean? So they'll make you earn it. And these are the type of character building like wins that you need, especially for that offense. Like Jimmy G needs like stiff defensive competition, you know what I'm saying, in a game that they should win as well. Like this is just all just kind of like I said, just kind of like building that up slowly, so that way when the live bullets are really firing, you know what I'm saying, like Jimmy's full-fledged ready to go. But yeah, I'm taking San Francisco San Francisco. Man,
take your time, brother. Take your time, brother.
I don't know. Was that a tongue twister? I was trying to say.
Boy, can you say tongue twister?
I can't even say it. I'm taking San Francisco to win at the crib. That wasn't even a tricky one. I don't know how that happened. Give me San Francisco at the crib to get the dub. Dang, I already gave my player of the week to Patty. This could have been a game. You know what? With Alvin Kamara versus C-Mac, those guys came in the same year. And honestly, Sean Payton was quoted as saying at the time that Alvin Kamara in the 3rd round would be a better player than C-Mac in the 1st anyway. But, anyway, whatever, getting lost. But, yeah, I'm going to take San Francisco at the crib. Give me a score, Willie. Let's go 27-20. 27-20, San Francisco at the crib getting that done. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I'm gonna go San Francisco too, Willie Jack, and I think it's gonna be a good game, or could potentially be a good game, man. I see both of these teams matching up fairly well. you got this great San Francisco defense, especially good up front, in their front seven, going against this good offensive front of the New Orleans team, and what they like to do with Alvin Kamara. And I think they match up well with them. They match up well. I think that New Orleans will, I wouldn't say give the San Francisco offense problems. I don't know if they don't give them absolute problems, but they don't allow them to run the score up like Arizona did last week. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much ran the score up on Arizona and was able to do everything that they wanted to do. I don't think they'll be able to do everything that they want to do in this particular game, especially with I like DeMario Davis in this game, man. I expect him to have a big game, 10 or 12 tackles in this game, and get his hands on the ball or something like that, to really have a big impact in this particular game on defense. And if you flip sides, man, you got this New Orleans offense, and what they like to do and getting the ball to Alvin Kamara. If Andy Dalton could prevent, cannot make mistakes, he'll make this game interesting. Now, do I think they're better than that San Francisco team? No. I think San Francisco will still have a slight edge in this particular game. So that's why I'm going San Francisco in this one, man. I think the dynamic play of C-Mac makes a big difference, as well as the guys that have been playing great roles with Deebo Samuel, what he's been able to do, all the different things, Brandon Ayuk, all those guys. I think that San Francisco, they still are able to come away with this W in this game. They win this one 24-20. I do think New Orleans does force Jimmy G into a mistake or two, though. I don't think this is a super clean game from Jimmy G this week, because it's just certain teams and certain defenses that I feel like can make a difference when it comes to Jimmy G. And I still think Jimmy G is Jimmy G, and nothing's changed. But he's usually able. The last few weeks, he's been able to let the offense come to him. But this week, I think this defense could cause a few problems, and it's going to force Jimmy G into, like I said, a mistake or two. So I expect this to be a closer game, but I still expect San Francisco to pull it out. Give me 24-20 in this one.
No, exactly right. And honestly, that's kind of where I was going with this as well, man. This is a good matchup for Jimmy because of that, because he needs to kind of like take these lumps. Like, it's just like when you bringing up a boxer, you want to like get him in with tough competition that he should beat. You know what I mean? And so this is another one, man. So Jimmy G needs this will be a good confidence booster and just one to have in your pocket down the road. Like I said, like I said, man, that Saints defense is salty, man. And like I said, they definitely are able to make things happen on all levels of that field. So that D line with Keon Jordan, man, you got OG Tyrann Matthew still in the back end with a lot of those other names back here as well. So like I said, there's no soft parts of that Saints defense. DeMario Davis still patrolling that second level, like you just said. So this will be a good one, man. I hope that Jimmy comes out and stays clean, like I said. And then, like I said, with all the weapons on San Francisco, man, just try not to get in the way. You know what I'm saying? Just pick up the slack, make the plays you're caught up on to make, man. We're only going to ask you to make 3 plays. You know what I'm saying? Debo going to get busy. You still got Kittle. You still got C-Mac. Elijah Mitchell's back and looks great. We forgot to mention him, man. That duo looks to be, man, as scary a duo, especially finishing out the season as it is in the league. And so everything is there set up and teed up for you, Jimmy G. So, like I said, man, just do your part.
Gotcha. All right, Willie Jack, on to the next one, man. We moving pretty good, Willie. We got Green Bay going to Philadelphia, man, to take on the Eagles, man. I think this could be a surprisingly interesting game in this one. What's your take on this one, Willie Jack? Who you got, brother?
Surprisingly take on this. What are you thinking? You think Green Bay's gonna come in there? Well, you know what? I'll let you tell your own story. I'm gonna take Philly at the crib. Yeah, I'm gonna take Philly at the crib, man. We got one kind of bright. We got one bright spot in Green Bay, man. Winning the game that none of us gave them a chance to really win, and then they come right back the next week and fell back down to earth and got smacked. And so Philly, like I said, they had the disappointing loss or the disappointing style of loss, like I said a couple weeks ago. They come back this last week, get a win, not overly dominant, or they didn't go out there. It was a tough, hard-fought win, like I said, against a close team with 17-16, Jalen Hurts, which was good for them as well. I think getting that loss, Philly is legitimate and they're a real contender, so I don't want to understate that. But also, I still also feel like they're not as good as I think that even they may think they are, that they were given credit for, because like I said, but they are still a real good team. So that Colts game, knocking a little win out of themselves, that Washington game, knocking a little win out of themselves. I think those are the things they kind of needed to kind of get back kind of on their own square as well. But I'll take Philly at the crib, man. I can't put no faith in Aaron and them at this point, man, given everything we've seen. Give me a score, Willie. What we got? Philly at the crib. This is the Sunday night game. Cold in Philly. Aaron Rodgers, even though he plays in Green Bay, he doesn't like cold outside games. It's been part of the problem with that home field advantage since he took over for Brett. I'll go Eagles. 27-19 Philly at the crib.
Okay. But yeah, man, as I was getting ready to say, man, I think this can be a surprisingly interesting game. I'm going Philly too, but I'm going to a lower scoring game. I'm going 20-17 this final score of this game. And here's my reason why. Eagles, we kind of know who they are. All right. And I gave y'all a little bit of an explanation of what I felt about, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, don't get me wrong, has been playing some great ball this year. Now, but I don't know if anybody watching consistently would say that he could be a great pocket passer. You know what I'm saying? He is the guy where he's going to extend plays with his legs. He'll make some throws, here and there. A lot of them will be on a run, but he's not the guy that's going to sit back in the pocket and pick you apart each and all game long. You know what I'm saying? And I think that the Green Bay defense and what they're able to do. One thing about Green Bay's defense, man, is they fast. Sideline to sideline, they can get sideline to sideline. So I don't expect Jalen Hurts to have as much running room as he's used to having. I also expect, to be a good matchup. I don't expect your boy AJ Brown to get off this particular week, especially because I think he's going to have to face Jair Alexander all game long. You know what I'm saying? I think that's going to be a great matchup. They're going to go back and forth, but I don't see either team kind of stepping out and scoring as many points this particular game because of the way that these defenses are. On the other side of the ball, you just added on their defensive line, two big pieces to help out with their run game. And what does Green Bay like to do? They like to run that ball. You know what I'm saying? They will run that ball, probably 60% of the time when they're on offense. And then as far as their receivers, we have seen Christian Watson, begin to come along a little bit more. But I just don't think it'll be enough. They got some really good corners over there, some savvy corners, and it's just an overall good defense. So I expect this to be a tough physical football game going back and forth through a lot of 3-and-outs in this particular game. But overall, Philly being the team that, is able to come through a little bit more. And I wouldn't be surprised if this came down to like a last-minute drive, a last-minute field goal where Philadelphia wins this game, man, 20-17 because of, how the teams match up, how the defenses are going to play each other. And, yeah, man, I expect this could be a very entertaining game. I can't wait to see this game, honestly. I want to watch this game through and throughout. And, yeah, man, I like these type of games, man, physical football. Neither team can get like a bigger upper hand on the other team, and that's the type of football I expect, in this Sunday night game tonight, man.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, man. I didn't have this one pegged up to be that competitive, man. But I hope you're right. I'd rather watch good competitive football than otherwise. So I hope you're right.
For sure. All right, man. Let's go to the Monday night game, Willie Jack, man. Monday night football. And who else to talk about than your boys, man? These your boys. Then we got Pittsburgh going to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. Willie Jack, who you got?
Man, you know what, man? I'm not gonna lie. I'm just glad we didn't get flexed out of this game. Like when I seen it was Monday, I'm like, oh man, Monday night. I was like, oh man, they're gonna take Monday night game away from my dogs, man. Golly, it's the king to this. But no, we still got it, baby. Prime time. We in the building. Yeah, man. So give my dogs, man. Monday night prime time against a resurging Colts team. Like I said, man, shout out to Jeff Saturday, man. Got in there, gave Jonathan Taylor 30 carries. It's crazy to think that that's all we had to do this whole time. Got a dub. Then you come back out there next week, man. The pressure's on. You know what I mean? Still not enough faith, man, around the league. And what do? Man? You push the division, I guess. You push the conference, darling, I guess, to the limit. You know what I'm saying? And force Jalen Hurts that showed some championship grit and pedigree and coming back and getting those guys in position to win that game as well. And so definitely, man, a night and day different team these last 2 weeks than we had seen the first 7. And so, which is bad news for my Steelers. But I am taking the Steelers, man. Kenny Pickett, George Pickens, and them guys, man, to get it done on the road. TJ being back, Minka's now back and healthy after appendectomy, I think it was, or whatnot. And so I've got my two guys, and I still got Killer Cam up front, man. OG. I think our defense can really win this. Well, the defense generally has to win most every game that we are going to win. But this is one that I think we can have a big defensive day. I'm still waiting for TJ to really kind of get loose and really kind of get back to just introducing himself and letting boys know I took this one off, but I'm still the man around here, boy. Hey, don't let these missed weeks fool you, boy. There's only one of these, boy, and I'm the only one in this league. You know what I'm saying? He's still that guy, and so I think this is the game where I finally see my dog get loose, man. Give my dog 2 sacks. Give my dog TJ 2 sacks in this game, man. And I think the defense definitely does enough to salt this game away. And man, this is one of those games that gives me a heart attack every time, man. But I'm going 20-19 Pittsburgh on the road Monday night. My dog big play TJ, man. Hopefully making the play that is the difference in this game, man. Come on, man.
Okay. Well, and speaking of, I'm gonna stay right there just for a second, Willie Jack, man. Doesn't it seem like this has just been an overall slow year, man, in terms of pass rushing, man, sacks, getting to the pass rushing, man, especially over the last few years, man. It seems like it's just a slower year overall. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to like getting to the quarterback and sacking them and put up those type of numbers, man. You got any thoughts on that one, man?
No, you're absolutely right. A big part of that is big play TJ ain't been on the field, baby. Come on, man. What's this, 12?
But even so, though, I know that's your boy and everything, so you're gonna rock with your boy. Yeah. But like, you know, your Myles Garrett's, your Nick Bosa's, like all of those guys, your Khalil Max, you know what I'm saying? All of those guys just like, yeah, they've been playing, but you know what I'm saying? Just the sack numbers hasn't been high. Like Judon, he is leading the league in sacks. So he has 13. But after that, the highest number is 10. Even your Michael Parsons. He's top 3, but his numbers are not like crazy. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the sack numbers and stuff like that.
My fault. Here's a very good comment. Miles, our dog Miles, shout out to Miles, man. He said a reduction in true pocket passers. What do you think about that? That's a very great take.
I do like that take. I do like that take because this year you have we've seen the resurgence, or well, not resurgence, but like we've seen Jalen Hurts and his style of play. Of course, you know Josh Allen is Josh Allen. You know Pat Mahomes is Pat Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? He runs out. He gets out of the pocket. You got your Justin Fields, your all of these different guys that, yeah, you're right. You know, they get out of the pocket. They're not just sitting ducks anymore. But even still, I just felt like it, and also even with like a guy like Justin Fields, I mean, he still gets sacked a lot. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I was just going to say.
So it's like, even though he is a guy that gets out of the pocket a lot, oftentimes those players are players that hold on to the ball a lot too. You know, Jalen Hurts does hold on to the ball a lot. You know what I'm saying? If we looked at those sack numbers, those are probably some of the guys that are higher up on that list as far as the total amount of times that have been sacked too. Yeah. So I'm just saying, but I'm not saying just because it's Fields is my guy. I'm just saying, Miles. I'm just saying like he's one of the guys that's considered a guy that's not a pocket passer. You know, and over the last few weeks, has been a guy that a lot of people have been talking about. So those are just the names that I've been just throwing out there. You know, in general. You know, but Jalen Hurts is the same way. You know what I'm saying? So. What's your take on it, Willie?
And that is a very good take and a very good point. And honestly, and just to Chop's point, it's not even so much that there's way more mobile quarterbacks, because there is like quarterback mobility is definitely it's at an all-time high, and it's only becoming more prevalent. And so that is a very fair take. But to Chop's point, honestly, the correlation between sacks and quarterback mobility don't line up, because mobile quarterbacks tend to be the most sacked as well. You know what I mean? And that is just like Chop was saying, because for one, they stick around, they try to make too many guys miss, you know what I'm saying, instead of just getting ball away. Justin Sackers took 10 sacks this year, which he made 4 guys miss on the sack attempt. Throw the ball away. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes me mad when I watch it. I'm cussing my TV off. Bro, you broke 3 tackles by 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Where did you think this was going, dog? Throw the ball away. You know, get rid of the ball. And so that's a good point. But instead of that, it not even so much like RPO is much more of a prevalent feature. And so rushers are losing just pure pass rush attempts, I think, because so much more of the passing game now is RPO. And so now there's pass attempts that are run plays. You know what I'm saying? So now a quarterback will have 40 pass attempts. Well, 10 of them came off of a fake handoff. You know what I'm saying? And not like play action, because that's still a viable pass rushing down. I'm talking about you pull it and you dump it off 2 yards for a guy that runs for 7. You know what I'm saying? So maybe some of that stuff does come into play. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. All to what? Matt Judon leads the league. I think what it is, because the guys at the top aren't sexy. You know what I mean? It's not Myles Garrett leading the league. It's not TJ Watt. It's not Aaron Donald. You know what I'm saying? So it's Matt Judon leading the league in sacks this year. You know what I'm saying? With 13 and a half. But 13 and a half going into week 12, I mean, that's not necessarily a bad going rate. But there's nobody exceptional. This point last year, I think TJ probably already had 16, 17 sacks. You know what I mean? And so there was somebody, and Robert Quinn quietest kept the quietest 18 sacks we've ever seen last year. But I think he also, he was probably closer to Judon's number. But I think maybe that's got some of it. There's no real star power at the top. Matt Judon doesn't turn anybody's nose or tickle anybody's fancy. You know what I'm saying? And then even the guys behind him, Nick Bosa, for as great of a player. Hey man, I'll keep going.
When you say that, bro, it'd be funny, bro. Go ahead.
It just happened. It just happened. I can't tell. I've never said "tickle my fancy" out loud in my life. I just said it twice. Don't ask me where it came. I don't know. I don't know what just happened. I've never said that out loud to anybody, especially.
It's all good, bro. Go ahead, bro.
But Nick Bosa, just by and large, he's just an under the radar guy. Nick Bosa is probably pound for pound the best pass rusher in the league. You know what I'm saying? And I love TJ Watt. You know what I'm saying? But when I like Nick Bosa is quietly, especially because I think he's 24. You know what I'm saying? Like if I had to bank on one pass rusher now going forward, it's gonna be between him and Micah. You know what I'm saying? I think they're both around the same age, but I think he could be every bit as dominant as Micah, honestly, and he's more and he's more traditional. Anyway, but what I'm saying is there's just not a lot of star power at the top. And so I think that's maybe why it's a little more under the radar. But as far as the overall numbers go, because the top guys are still all in there's 4 or 5 guys with double-digit sacks. It's just nobody that's leading the pack like an outlier and no sexy name at the top, I think is probably what it is.
Gotcha. All right, Willie Jack. All right, man. On to the no, not on, because I ain't talking. I ain't even get my pick.
Yeah, your score.
All I'm going to Indianapolis game, Willie Jack. I ain't even say that.
Oh, good.
We talking about sacks, man. I ain't even get into it, but I'm gonna go Indianapolis in this particular game, man. I'm going to Colts. What I've seen in the last 2 weeks from the Colts, man, and led by Jeff Saturday is to me makes a world of difference for this particular team, especially going against a team like a Pittsburgh. One, Indianapolis, they at home, you know what I'm saying? So that's one thing to take into consideration. Mm-hmm. But then 2, you have this heavy run team who did a wonderful job or a great job against the Philadelphia team who was great at running the ball. You know what I'm saying? So they're great at that, and they held them to 17 points, and it took for them the game-winning drive to take them down and win this game. So this defense actually came out fired up and ready to go. I think they come out in a similar fashion, you know, except they don't have to worry as much about the run game as they did the past week. I think they forced Pickett into a couple of interceptions. I do see him throwing a couple of interceptions, which I think are going to be key in this particular game for Indianapolis. And I think that they are able to move the ball a little bit more and slow down the pass rush of TJ Watt because they're going to be running the ball a lot. So I think in that sense, that's where Indianapolis is going to have the advantage there. And they can make this game a real competitive game. I don't see them putting up a lot of points. I think it's going to be a close game, but I got Indianapolis edging. The Pittsburgh Steelers out, and I'm going to go 23-20, my final score of this game, man. I got Indianapolis over Pittsburgh.
23-20, man. Man, everything you said, man, I can't argue none of it, man. Like, I got my young gun, man. We taking those rookie lumps, man, those rookie growing pains.
For sure. So like I said, one other thing too, before we move on, Willie Jack, I know we got one more game, man. We sitting about 12 minutes before kickoff. So make sure y'all get your picks in. But one other question too. So I know, man, you both our pick, you know what I'm saying, for defensive player of the year was Michael Parsons. Mm-hmm. Do we need to start giving credit to your boy, man, or talking about your boy on the back end as far as defensive player of the year with Minka? I seen his name. Somebody put his name out there as a contender for defensive player of the year. Minka Fitzpatrick, man. What's your thoughts on that, man?
No, because for one, like there hasn't been. Well, for one, and it still does matter. Like you have to be on a team that's competing. I think to have a realistic chance of winning one of those top records, unless you're doing something just otherworldly like prime JJ Watt. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of those Houston Texas teams were 5 and 6 win teams, and they legitimately were 8 and 19 wins instead because JJ was worth 2 wins on those two Texas teams back then. You know what I'm saying? And so unless you're doing something like that, man, you do need to be something. It needs to be, you need a flashy stat and you need overall dominant success, or you know what I'm saying, or like, yeah, to be a part of something special, something dominant. And he doesn't have that, you know what I'm saying? And then honestly, I mean, he's had some bumps in his season as well. So I mean, I don't Mika still hey, as he should, man. Hey, you got to slow down on how many people tickling your fancy time. But anyway, man. But nah, man. So I think I don't think so, man. And honestly, I didn't even have that in my mind as well, just for myself. Like I said, because he has made some splash play. But like I said, man, he's missed a couple games, man. It was a couple plays he took an L on as well. So now I don't see that. Now not to say it's out of the realm of possibility. I don't know what's gonna happen these next 6 games, man. Especially if Minka wins Defensive Player of the Year, that means his defense turned up and showed out. You know what I'm saying? And we finished the season with all dubs, and the defense didn't give up more than 14 points a game. I mean, you know, it'd have to be something drastic like that. But no, I mean, this is probably we're probably down to like a 3-horse race. I think Minka's still firmly in there. You got to put Matt Judon in there. You know what I'm saying, for what he's done and kind of being the catalyst and the spark of the lead dog on that Patriots defense, which is playing and looking, you know, really good. And then I don't know, man, third dark horse guy, man, I had to think about it, but no, I think those 2 guys are probably still leading the way.
Okay, gotcha.
Good question though.
Okay. Well, then let's go on to our game of the week. We got one game of the week this week, fellas, man, because you know what I'm saying. Me and Willie just fell on the same, on a rock this time, man. We fell on the same rock, and we just felt like, hey, this can be, you know, the best game. The rest of them, you know, the rest of them didn't tickle our fantasy.
But y'all ain't gonna let that go. So y'all ain't gonna let that go, man.
So we're gonna rock with this one, man. We got Cincinnati, man, going to Tennessee to take on the Titans, man. Game of the week this week. I think this is a huge matchup for both teams. It's going to be a great sign as far as where these teams are, you know, how they match up, you know, and where they rank, you know, in the AFC. These are 2 AFC potential contenders now, man. So this will be a great game, a good matchup. Willie Jack, who you got in this one, brother?
Man. Just like Chop said, this is another one. Just like Chop was saying, man. And I could go either way on this game. If you, depending on where you picked on this one, I might have just went opposite because I can go either way on this one. But I'll stick and do it. And so this is gonna tell me, I feel like Tennessee is legit. You know what I'm saying? Like that defense is real. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen enough, man. I say holding Patty in check. The boy still threw for 400 yards, but he only scored 20 points. You know what I'm saying? And then they come right back that next week. I can't remember that opponent as well. But like I said, that Tennessee defense is playing balls out right now. And so definitely respect that. And then, like I said, the Tennessee offense as well, man. Derrick Henry got back into his mix. Now, I don't know, last week wasn't a big week, but as far as just overall his season, man, he got back rolling. The first guy to crack 1,000 yards, man. I was waiting for Chop to put that on me. But so he did crack 1,000. 10 went 10-10, or I think sitting at 10-10 now, headed to this game. And then you've got Cincinnati. Cincinnati, kind of like I was alluding to before, it hasn't been pretty, it hasn't been perfect. A lot of obstacles in their season as well. Namely, they've lost, they've lost their they've lost their secret sauce, like, you know, or they've lost their biggest weapon. You know what I'm saying? And this team is drastically night and day with and without Jamar Chase on the field for Joe Burrow. And so this is supposed to be Jamar Chase's first game back. So I want to see how they look. I want to see how noticeable it is just right now anyway. Like, how noticeable is it this first game back? Oh, go ahead.
He out. He's not playing.
Oh, he's out. I thought he was slated to
he had been practicing this week, you know what I'm saying? But he was limited in practice, but they had ruled him out this game. He's out. He's not playing.
Oh man, I might have went a different way playing the game if I knew that. Yeah, never mind. Forget everything I just told you. Because Cincinnati without Jamar Chase gets somebody legitimate out, you know, I'll say, because I can't remember who they beat last week, and who was it? Not Tyler Boyd, the other one. T. Higgins went crazy. Oh, that was, yeah, I don't know who it was. But outside of that, they ain't got a chance then. Yeah, without Jamar Chase, I don't feel as strongly or as competitive with Cincinnati, especially the way that Tennessee defense is playing. In all honesty, So them playing stifling defense as they have been playing, and now Joe Beasley being another week without Jamar Chase, I think it's probably just too much to hope for that they keep up in the long run in this, or that they're able to kind of take the lead in this one. Not to say that the Titans are just going to run it up or run off on this one, but I think they'll have a firm grasp and a firm hold on this game, namely because of their defense. And then, of course, when you got King Henry on the other side as well, also salting that game away. Give me Tennessee at the crib now. I'll go 27-21 Tennessee. Dang, man, I really wanted Jamar Chase in this game, man. I really wanted Jamar Chase in this game. Damn. Yeah, I'll go 27-21 Tennessee.
Gotcha. Willie Jack, and I'm gonna go Tennessee in this game too, man. And I was gonna go Cincinnati in this particular game, regardless. But the one thing I thought about when you were talking, man, is I forgot, man, this is a get back game for Tennessee. Y'all remember, man, Tennessee was a team that Cincinnati had to go through in the playoffs, where Tennessee sacked the Bengals and sacked Joe Burrow 10 times in that game, but Tannehill threw 3 interceptions. So you got to know Tennessee and this Titans team and Tannehill is coming in this game with a little bit of get back on their mind. You know what I'm saying? They got some get back on their mind. I think that's a big part that makes a difference in this particular game. I think that Tennessee is able to, like you said, do what they do on the run game. I think they got the run game going overall, you know what I'm saying, as far as what they're able to do on offense. And I expect them to do the same today, you know, against this Cincinnati team. So give me Tennessee in this particular game too, man. I'm going Tennessee. Give me 27-24 in this game. I think Cincinnati's still able to make this close. I think Joe Burrow is able to pull some things out and still make some plays, you know, throwing the ball in the air. They are without Joe Mixon in this game, so it'll be out not only Jamar Chase, but Joe Mixon too. Joe Mixon is still in concussion protocol, so he out. So, but I expect Joe Burrow to still lead his team, man.
Chop, that is vital information, man. You gotta give me all of that. No, you left like Jamar Chase.
You was talking Jamar Chase, and I ain't. But see, this
being out is very vital information.
Okay, well, Joe Mixon is out, but I'm gonna tell you my view on that anyway. I don't think it's gonna matter, because I think don't get me wrong, and I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way. I don't think Samaje Perine is any way better than Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is the better running back, clear and cut. You know, that's just what it is. But I think that there's the Bengals style of offense and the way that they're going to operate in this game, and the way that they're going to be able to move the ball is going to be through the air and also passing the ball to the running backs out of the backfield. So I expect Samaje Perine to at least have about 6 catches this game. 6 catches, maybe about 50, 60 yards. He may get in the end zone once, but I expect them to move the ball that way, and expect Joe Burrow to have to move the ball through the air on this particular team, because on the ground, it ain't gonna work. They can forget about running the ball on the ground. So I expect the Cincinnati team to score points that way. So I don't think even if Joe Mixon was there and available, the running holes for Joe Mixon weren't going to be there. It was going to be a rough day in the office for him running the ball, not necessarily catching out of the backfield. So that's where I see Cincinnati actually making an impact in this game and actually being able to put up some points. Is putting the ball in the air. So I expect 45 throws from Joe Burrow today. He's throwing the ball 45 times today, man. And
I wouldn't put it past it.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball 45 times today, but I still got my final score being 24. What did I say, 24-20? Or did I say 27-24? What did I say?
You said 27-24.
27-24. That's my final score of this game.
Yeah, and now the only thing I say about that, man, because I don't know if they'll want him throwing 45 passes. That means he probably got hit 43 times. You know what I'm saying? The way that Bengals offensive line is protecting or lack of protection. So I don't know if they'll want him to do that. But I am gonna take one of them touchdowns off the board, man. Without Jamar Chase and without Joe Mixon, I'm going 27-17. But yeah, I one of those touchdowns is now a field goal. And like I said, not to say that Joe Mixon has been outside of 2 games this season. Not to say he's been great or dynamic, etc. But man, you need all hands on deck. You know what I'm saying, to compete in this one. Yeah, that's me down.
For sure, man. Well, hey, Willie Jack, man, that's it, and that's all. Run back those players of the week, man. On my player of the week, I got Mike White, man. Mike White throwing for over 300 yards and at least 3 touchdowns this game against for this Jets team. Willie Jack, who was your performer of the week, brother?
Yeah, man, I'm going Primetime Patty, man. There's his nickname, Primetime Patty. I'm going Primetime Patty, 350 yards and 4 touchdowns as the Kansas City Chiefs spanked the Rams 31-0 in Kansas City. Yeah, that's
all right. Well, man,
Yeah,
hey, that's it. That's all, Willie Jack, man. It's time to break it on down, man, and bring us on home. Y'all got 2
there you
minutes,
go.
man. You better get them picks in. It's 11:58, man. Get them in, get them now.
Hey, there you go, man. Just like my dog said, man, you got a minute and 46 seconds, 45 seconds, 42 seconds. Yeah, you know I'm getting that. So get your picks in, man. My dog time is taking whoever's playing the Texans. He's taking them to win today. And so, yeah, so get your picks in, man. Send them to my dog Chop. You got a minute left. Get in and get busy. You already told you what the players of the week is, man. Hey, real quick, man, on the rundown, man, so I can get everybody out of here so we can start fresh. Start our Sunday morning, start our Sunday afternoon now on fresh and on time. Shout out to my dog Day One Gang Jarrell, man, in the building as always, man. Appreciate you, dog. Shout out to my dog Tom. Shout out to my dog Miles in the building as well, holding us down, man. The strong way. We appreciate that, man. Hey, man, shout out to the home team, man. My sister came through. I believe my mama was in the building as well. I can't remember, man.
She always in the building, man. You know she always in the building.
Hey, I know she was probably in here, man. If she wasn't here physically, she was here in spirit anyway, man. Holding us down, so we appreciate that, man. Other than that, man, like I said, I ain't gonna go too long, man. I'm gonna get everybody Sunday started, man. Hey, we appreciate the love and respect, man. You know what's going on, man. If I did forget to say your name, you can say it with me quickly. Charge it to my head, man. Don't charge it to my heart, because you know we thinking about you, big dog. Man, hey, couldn't do it without you. Wouldn't do it without you, even if we could, man. So we appreciate our love, support, man. Everybody have fun, be safe, man. Hope you had a healthy Thanksgiving. Hope you had a safe Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is the last hoorah, man, of the Thanksgiving break, man. Finish it strong with your folks, man. Sit back, relax, man. Enjoy yourself, watch a game, having a dope beverage or two, man, if that's your thing. And other than that, man, we will catch you on Wednesday, boy, at 7 o'clock, man. Come on. Wednesdays at 7. Don't wear nothing on, because you know where to be, man. Until then, peace.
Peace.